Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, at Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Greetings, Master.
Now, don't give me that. Johnny, I believe you spent a couple of weekends down in Sarasota, Florida early this month.
Pat, you know darn well I did.
Have a chance to get in some fishing?
You know darn well I didn't. That's why I've been sitting here dreaming about those lunker bass at the Lake Mojave Resort out in Arizona.
Oh, what's the matter with Lake Mead?
Huh?
You know, the huge man-made lake that's backed up by Hoover Dam?
Yeah, I know.
A few miles this side of Las Vegas, Nevada. A lot of big ones in that water, I understand.
Okay, Pat, you got me all excited. Now, what's it all about?
I told you, fishing.
Yeah, and?
That's all. Except...
Yeah, except what?
Slight case of murder.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Here's actress Joan Bennett.
It's terrible to try to act with a dreadful cold. To feel better quickly, I take 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress.
Yes, tests of 4 leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting of all. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve aches, pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve cold distress.
4-way, 29 and 59 cents. Now, a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 1 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Lake Mead mystery matter.
All right, now, Johnny, your contact will be Mr. Roscoe Trimmer. He's head of the local office of Greater Southwest Insurance and Liability right there in Las Vegas.
You said murder. Can you give me any details?
No, you'll have to get everything from Trimmer. All I know is there's a $20,000 policy involved and double indemnity. So the sooner you get out there, the better.
Okay, Pat, I'll grab the first plane I can. Expense account item 1, $2 even for a fast taxi to the airport. Item 2, $6.70 plane fare to New York. Item 3, $145.05, another plane ticket. And I barely made the 12 o'clock noon mainliner, which promptly took off and headed west to Las Vegas, Nevada. It was 9:45 p.m. Pacific time when we started the long glide down from a starlit sky to the landing strip at McCarran Field in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll never cease to marvel at the nighttime view from the air of that fabulous city of chance. Sitting alone out there in the middle of the vast Mojave Desert, the sky-filling glow from its millions of lights, it had put a rainbow to shame. Oasis in the desert. Yeah, and very beautiful. I knew that Roscoe Trimmer's office would be closed this time of night, so I looked for a place to rest my weary head. Item 4, $1.50 for a cab into the Flamingo. And I just happened to remember that the Flamingo has an excellent casino. Now, I'm really not a gambling man in the usual sense of the word, but who can resist the lure of the dice and roulette tables, the blackjack, even the slot machines in a setting like this? Sure, the house always wins, and the sucker who forks out his hard-earned money doesn't stand a chance. But you know something? After a few hours of play, I came out so far ahead that I won't even bother to list my food and hotel room on this expense account. I really cleaned up. How much? Well, if I told you, you'd probably want me to absorb the whole thing, so I won't. Then, early the next morning, I met Roscoe Trimmer at the office of Greater Southwest Insurance and Liability.
Dollar, I'm glad you could make it. I don't like this one at all. How are you?
Hiya, Rosk.
Sit down, will you?
Yeah,
But
sure.
not for long.
Huh?
I've arranged a drive-it-yourself car for you. And the sooner you can get over to Lake Mead, the better.
Well, just where, Roscoe? That's a pretty big lake.
Overton. A little town 50, 60 miles north and east of here. At the upper end of the lake.
So what's happened up there?
Johnny, a client of mine, Thomas Mayfield Thomas, came out here from Chicago last year. Retired here. I don't know much about him except that our Chicago office sent me his file when he came and asked me to look out for him.
Uh-huh. Go on.
About a week ago, Thomas and a friend went fishing together out of Overton Landing. They went out with Hob Fulton on his charter boat. Incidentally, if you ask me, Hob's the best guide on the whole lake.
Good. I'll remember that.
Only you're here on a case, remember?
Oh, sure. But go on.
Well, the fishing must have been pretty good because they stayed on at the Overton Motel. Then the next morning, they went down to the landing, rented a little Arkansas Traveler and a 10-horse Johnson, and went out fishing on their own.
Rosk, I may try that very thing myself.
But about the middle of the afternoon, a big east wind came up. You know what that means?
I know that when a big Easter hits one of those desert lakes, there's only one thing you do. Get off it quick.
Well, they didn't, Johnny. At least not quick enough. The following morning, when the blow had died down, Hob Fulton went out to look for him.
And?
He found the boat, all right. Beached on a point down near Goat Island. And Mr. Thomas's friend.
What about Thomas?
His friend says that Thomas went overboard when the squall hit him.
Well, it's certainly possible.
Yes, it is. Possible.
The chomp on a lake like that can build up waves 8 and 10 feet high, enough to throw a man off any kind of a boat.
Yes, I know.
But you don't think that's the way it happened?
I didn't say that, Johnny. It's just that... Well...
Okay, Rosk. What was his fishing pal's name?
Charlie Wentworth. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know very much about him either. Except that he, too, came here from Chicago. Arrived in town about 2 weeks ago.
I take it that's where he knew Thomas, back in Chicago.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, what about him? What does this Charlie Wentworth do?
Apparently nothing. But hang around the gambling joints. Oh, he does a little dealing and shilling for some of them now and then. There's talk he's been making illegal book on the races, though nobody's pinned it on him.
So, in your book, he's an undesirable character.
That's right.
But is that reason to suspect he took Mr. Thomas out on that lake and murdered him?
Now, Johnny, there's been a lot of worry around this town about some of the people who've come out here recently from Chicago. You know, ever since those investigations began back east.
So what? Does that mean everybody who comes from there is a killer?
No, of course not. But a man who doesn't really work for a living, just spends all his time around the gambling tables, has no visible, regular means of support.
Thomas was retired. Maybe Charlie Wentworth is, too.
Oh, Johnny.
Besides, who knows? Maybe Thomas will show up. Maybe he swam to shore and is plotting his way back through the desert.
Oh, now, you know the odds against a city man surviving out there.
Well, does anybody really look for him?
Everybody. The police, the National Park boys, everybody. Not only in boats, on foot, but they even use planes and a helicopter. They found no trace.
Well, that still doesn't prove anything. Tell me this. Are the police holding Charlie Wentworth?
No, they're not.
Which means they don't feel they have any reason to. But you still think I ought to investigate?
Yes, I do.
Roscoe? So do I.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Hey, Dad, did you check your car filters today?
No, son, I didn't. Why?
Because it might pay you $1,000.
$1,000 for a car filter?
That's right, folks. You may have a filter under the hood of your car worth $1,000 and not even know it. A Fram filter worth 1,000 silver dollars. A regular filter change is important to today's cars. So important that Fram Corporation is paying $60,000 to get you to check your filters now. Last year, in preparation for Fram's silver anniversary, 10,000 secretly numbered Fram filter cartridges were distributed all over the United States and installed in cars during regular servicing. These filters are worth from $1 to $1,000. You may have one in your car right now and not even know it. Check your oil filter and air filter now. If there's a specially numbered Fram filter in your car, you will win up to 1,000 silver dollars, and your dealer will win the same amount. Get in on Fram's big silver treasure hunt. Check your car filters now.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Lake Mead Mystery Matter.
Neither the police nor anybody else in Las Vegas seem to think Thomas was murdered out on Lake Mead. But what Roscoe Trimmer told me made me suspicious, of Thomas's fishing pal, a man named Charlie Wentworth. Expense account item 5640. I telephoned to my old friend Ken Bugby, reporter on the Chicago Citizen News.
Thomas?
Yeah, that's right, Ken. What can you tell me about him?
Well, Well, not everybody knew it, Johnny, but he was a mouthpiece for the old Moretti mob. That was some years ago.
Oh?
When they started the big cleanup, well, either Thomas couldn't or just plain wouldn't get him off the hook. Let them all go to jail. Then he settled down and retired in his home out in Elmhurst.
Well, he's certainly not there now, Ken.
No, about a year ago, he suddenly sold his place, packed up, moved out west somewhere.
Why? Do you know?
Change of climate, I guess. What about him, Johnny?
Ever hear of Charlie Wentworth?
You kidding. He was one of Moretti's trigger men. Casual Charlie, they called him.
You, know where he is now?
Oh, they sent him up to Joliet prison along with the rest of the mob. Those boys will be in the clink the rest of their natural... Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah?
Casual Charlie and Snooty Wilson were released. Yeah, and... Hey, that was just about the same time that Thomas moved away from here. If that means anything.
Baby, I got a hunch it means everything.
Oh? Like what, Johnny?
Thanks a lot, Ken. Next stop was the public library, the old newspaper files. Getting some info on the almost forgotten Moretti mob was a lead pipe cinch, especially about the time when the gang was broken up. And apparently when Lawyer Thomas saw the jig was up for his boys, having made his pile, and to keep himself out of trouble, he left them flat. He'd let them get sent to the pen without raising a finger in their defense. So don't tell me that a mobster wouldn't want to get even with the guy who'd let him down. Sure, Charlie had killed Thomas. I was sure of it without even seeing him. But to prove it, without the corpus delicti, I spent item $632 even on some equipment at a sporting goods store. Then I drove north on Highway 91 to the quiet little town of Overton. There I learned that for once, Hob Fulton, the fishing guide, had a free day on his hands, that he was down at the lake some 12 miles east of the town. I met him at the dock, and within a few minutes, we were on board as Higgins went about and heading south. Lake Mead is a tremendous thing, something like a 550-mile shoreline, the biggest man-made body of water in the world, I believe. Just thinking about the record-breaking largemouth bass that have come out of that lake fairly made my mouth water. I carefully checked out the equipment I'd brought along.
So you spent a lot of good money renting that stuff from Shelby's Sporting Goods down in Vegas, huh?
Yep.
Well, where's the spear?
Bob, I don't think I'm going to need a spear.
I don't think you're going to need any of that stuff. You ask me, Dollar, if you want to catch fish, borrow one of those rigs I brought along.
Bob, I just want you to take me to the same spot you took Mr. Thomas and Charlie Wentworth.
Too bad about that, Mr. Thomas. I got him a lot of nice bass, though. You know, fishing only the real deep holes. That's where they are this time of year.
That's what I figured.
If only they'd had sense enough to come back in that next day when the wind started to blow.
Did they seem to get along all right, Hob?
I told the police about that, Mr. Dollar, but I guess it didn't mean anything.
Told them about what?
Well, you ask me. Mr. Thomas wasn't any too happy fishing with Charlie Wentworth. But Charlie kept saying, let bygones be bygones, and let's enjoy the fishing, so...
When you found Charlie in the boat the next morning, was there tackle still in it?
Have you ever seen this lake when there's a big blow from the east, Mr. Dollar?
I've seen Lake Mojave when it's been that way, but you haven't answered my question.
No, sir. Their tackle boxes got thrown overboard along with everything else. Even that big one of Charlie's. Dollar, he had enough stuff in that thing to sink the Queen Mary.
He did, huh? Like what, Hob?
Well, I didn't poke around in it. When I heisted on board. Oh, look, there's the glory hole. First place to stop for him. So if that's what you want, that's where we'll start.
How deep is it?
Oh, I'd say about a 3.5.
A 3.5?
Well, you know how high a fair-sized tree is. Glory hole's about a 3.5.
Oh, I see.
Johnny, if you're going to use that rig you brought along...
I'll just pull up to the same spot you showed them where to fish. By the end of 2 hours, I'd tried at least half a dozen of the holes where Hob had taken Thomas and Charlie. No luck. Then we went 4 or 5 miles further down the lake and pulled up just below Goat Island, just below the big rock slide.
Deepest hole in this part of the lake, Dollar. Must be near the 5 trees. A lot of ledges down there on the sides of it, so you better go kind of easy.
I covered every inch of that hole, with the aid of a powerful waterproof headlamp I brought along. Then finally I came back up to the surface. That's right, I said came back up to the surface.
Here, Johnny, let me give you a hand back in the boat.
No, thanks. I'll rest you in the water for a minute. That's a pretty deep hole.
Yeah, but how you ever expect to catch bass in that skin diving rig without even a spear?
Hand me a long rope, Hob. I found it down there.
Huh?
Yeah, on a ledge about 50 feet down, lashed onto that heavy tackle box you were talking about. That's what made it sink.
Wait, what are you talking about, Johnny?
The body of Thomas.
What?
Yeah, and there's a bullet hole right between the eyes.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi, drink light, refreshing Pepsi, stay young and fair and debonair, be sociable, have a Pepsi.
When friends drop in, let your hospitality show you're sociable in the modern manner. Pepsi, you know, is the favorite of the smart and young at heart.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi, drink light, refreshing Pepsi, stay young and fair and debonair, be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Have you tried a Pepsi lately? And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I took the body of Thomas back to headquarters in Las Vegas and hung around long enough to hear Dr. Richard Fallon say the bullet hole was definitely made by a .38 and at close range. To hear Police Captain Willis say there'd be no action taken until the bullet could be removed for study. But I knew he'd change his mind when he had time to think about it. So I left headquarters and started making the rounds of the gambling casinos. Luck was with me. At the second place I stopped, one of the public joints on Fremont Street.
A winner, everyone. It's 34, red and even.
Well, have you seen him around here today?
Yeah, that's Charlie Wentworth. They just come in the door, mister.
Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me, please.
Take your bets for the
Pardon me, will you? May I get through here, please? Thank you. Excuse me. Charlie Wentworth?
Yeah, Buster?
Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. Here's my credentials.
Oh, yeah. I guess you want to talk about my pal, Tommy Thomas, got drowned over in Lake Mead last week. Is that it?
Yeah, something like that.
Buster, that was an awful thing, him going like that. He was an old buddy of mine.
Was he?
Sure was. An old buddy. Hey, why don't we talk over in my room, huh? Too much noise around here. Okay by you?
Sure, why not?
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
No, listen, Dollar, I haven't packed a rod since the old days of the Moretti mob back in Chi.
I'll bet.
That's a fact. It's the truth. You think I want to get in trouble again? Well, you're wrong, see?
Maybe.
Look, I did my stretch, and it learned me a lesson. I'm all through with that kind of stuff. I'm all through with it.
Oh, sure.
It's a fact. It's the truth. I'm strictly legit now. You understand?
What about making book around town without a license?
Who said that?
Well?
You can't prove it. You or nobody else. And what's that got to do with Tommy Thomas and the poor guy getting drowned? Tell me that, huh? What is this, Dollar, anyhow?
You really hated his guts, didn't you?
Well, sure, wouldn't you if... Well...
Sure. Because when the chips were down, he didn't give you a hand. He let you and the rest of the mob take the rap. Kept his own skirts clean at your expense.
Listen, what are you trying to do? Get me excited? Say something I shouldn't say? I don't mean...
Keep talking, Charlie.
Sure I hated it. I could have killed him. At first, that is. Only at first. Anybody would have felt that way. But, you know, after a few years in the clink, you learn better. What good's it do you? Those things don't matter. You've learned your lesson. I know I did.
Oh, you became a paragon of virtue, I suppose.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's all over. You hear me? When I just happened to find him living here in Vegas, that was all over. Let bygones be bygones. I mean it. We was pals.
Charlie, there's about as much truth in that.
That's a fact. That's the truth.
Then why did you kill him?
That's a lie. You can't prove it.
That's where you're wrong.
Huh?
I have absolute proof.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I found it on his body.
His body?
I fished it out of Lake Mead this morning.
Now, listen.
You had Hob Fulton show you all the deepest holes when you went out fishing with him. Then the next day, you took Thomas out there alone. You killed him, tied that weighted tackle box to his body, and let him sink down in the deepest hole of all, down below the rock slide.
That windstorm.
Yeah. Gave you the greatest excuse in the world for coming back alone, didn't it? You couldn't have had it better if you'd planned that storm yourself. But it didn't excuse the bullet hole in Tommy Thomas's head from your gun.
From my gun?
Yeah. No longer packing a rod, huh?
Dollar, maybe I sort of, kind of, well, maybe I forgot about this one.
Trigger man, huh? You're a lousy shot. And pretty slow draw, thank heaven. You know something? Now I think I have got proof. Yeah, this gun of yours. Down at headquarters, the ballistics team took less than an hour. Yep. The bullet they'd found in Thomas's body came from the same gun Charlie had tried to kill me with. So it's back to prison for him for a long, long time. Oh, and the company will not have to pay double indemnity for accidental death. Expense account total, including a couple of days of excellent fishing with Hob Fulton and the trip back to Hartford, $196.45. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
I've used to medium-priced cars, but most of them raise prices way up for $59. Now what do I do?
Come test our best, the Ambassador V8 by Rambler, the luxury car that did not raise prices.
I've always bought medium-priced cars, but now they're just too long to handle, too hard to park, too big for my garage.
Come test our best, the luxurious Ambassador. So compact, it outturns, outhandles, and out-economizes other medium-priced cars.
Just what is the Ambassador?
It's the compact luxury car, finest product of American Motors. Ambassador has generous shoulder room, hat room, and leg room, and no awkward hump in the middle of the floor. Ambassador offers personalized luxury, individual front seats that adjust to each person's exact leg room, adjustable headrests, 270 V8 horsepower, best power-to-weight ratio in the medium-priced field, air coil ride. It's the finest car ever priced so close to the lowest. Come test our best, the luxurious Ambassador V8 at Rambler dealers.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a little boy in a small New England town leads me to tangle with a killer. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Larry Dobkin, Bartlett Robinson, Frank Nelson, Harry Bartell, and Gil Stratton, Jr. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking. By far, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense, next on the CBS Radio Network.
59 on your dial, WROW, Albany.
If it happens to you, and I think it might, that now and then your cigarette doesn't taste right, that's the tip-off, man, and you'd best begin on the new kind of filter that's known as Spin.
Old Gold's new Spin filter.
This new Spin filter is the best you've seen, does more than reduce tar and nicotine. It improves smoke and taste so that you can get the best taste yet in a filter cigarette.
Old Gold's new Spin filter.
Test for taste, try your present brand against Old Gold. Test for taste, and it's 10 to 1 that you'll be sold. Test for taste with a cigarette, a carton, or a pack. Test for taste, find the flavor all the other filters lack.
Old Gold's new Spin filter.
That's the story, boys. That's how you can get the best taste yet in a filter cigarette.
Old Gold's new Spin filter.
5:30.
Johnny Dollar.
Lewis.
Huh? Oh, hi, honey.
Marry me?
Well, what's that?
I said, will you marry me?
Oh, just round up a preacher and I'll meet you at the church.
Serious, Johnny? Oh, I wish you were, you rascal.
Well, with you, Betty, I sometimes wish I could. No, wait a minute. Catch me still half asleep this way. Betty, what did I say? You do it up at the crack of dawn.
What are you talking about? It's almost 8 o'clock.
Exactly what I said, the crack of dawn.
You just spoiled, Johnny, and, well, I don't know whether to forgive you this time or not.
Uh-oh, now what have I done?
My housewarming party.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. It took me 3 months of hard work to get my new little house fixed up out here. No visitors, no fun, no nothing but
Betty.
work. And then when I do invite you and you accept...
Betty, honest, listen. This is crazy business of mine.
Better be good, Johnny.
Well, I was out in Eugene, Oregon, and there was no way...
Eugene, Oregon?
Yeah, one of those last-minute things, insurance investigation. There was no way I could get out of it.
Honest?
Honest. I only got back late last night. But I'll make it up to you. I swear I will.
Well...
Let's see. Today is, What? Betty. Hello, Betty.
What's the matter, Johnny?
You're asking me, those gunshots.
And if I suddenly groaned and dropped the telephone, would you come running out here?
Are you kidding? What?
Only I cannot tell a lie. That was just some hot rod kid with a cut-down convertible.
Oh, backfire, huh?
Yes. Every morning at exactly 8 o'clock. You could set your watch by it.
Are you sure that's all it was?
Well, if you don't believe it, why don't you come over here and see for yourself? Tomorrow, maybe?
At 8 o'clock in the morning?
Sure. And, honey, I'll cook you the greatest breakfast you ever had.
Yeah, but...
Maybe even convince you that married life isn't such a bad idea after all.
On the strength of a platter of ham and eggs?
Tomorrow. Johnny.
Hey, look, why don't we go somewhere tonight? I'll take you out to dinner and...
No. If you're really sorry about missing the party, if you really do want to see me...
Well, sure I do.
All right, then. Tomorrow morning for breakfast.
Betty.
Bye, honey.
So, why not?
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Attention, Mr. Pat McCracken. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the backfire that backfired matter. I know, Pat, you haven't assigned me to a case. I also know I hadn't the least idea that having breakfast with my best gal was to be only the beginning of an insurance investigation. That before it was over, I'd be lucky to get out of the whole mess alive. But believe me, that's the way it worked out. So if there's any question about your company paying this expense account, well, just read on. Okay, then. Expense account item 1, the following morning, that is, $4.25 for a tank full of gas for my car. By the unearthly hour of 7:40 a.m., I was on my way to far out beyond the edge of town to 11325 East Maple Drive and the newly acquired domicile of my date for breakfast, Betty Lewis. Now, I'm not used to this early morning stuff and was kind of surprised to find so much of the world wide awake. It was warm and pleasant, too early for the scorching summer sun. Front lawns of the rather nice homes in this section glistened with dew. The fields and trees were filled with millions of birds, all singing their heads off, with squirrels chattering away. Yep, real pleasant. Something I'd have to try again sometime. Betty's place, which I hadn't seen before, turned out to be a very cute one-story affair, coral roof and shutters to match. It was set comfortably in between a couple of somewhat larger homes. As for Betty, who stood there at the front door waiting for me, well, I don't know how she does it, but that ever-loving doll, even at this hour, looked as smart and attractive as any man could want.
I just can't believe it. And it's still a full 6 minutes before 8 o'clock. Hi, honey. Mwah.
Yeah,
So early in the morning?
You mind?
I do not. Come here, yeah?
Oh, Johnny. Gee, what this morning air does for you. Come in, huh?
Said the spider to the fly?
Oh, sure. I make no bones about it.
Your neighbors used to seeing this sort of thing?
Oh, sure. I've been having strange men in for breakfast every day.
Uh-huh.
You know, just so the neighbors wouldn't be shocked when I finally dragged you into my trap. How do you like it, Johnny?
Oh, yeah. Hey, looks real nice, Benny.
Of course, if I had some nice guy to share it with. If you had any sense, you'd marry me, you know.
Yeah. And if I had any sense, I'd get out of this crazy business of mine. Then maybe I could settle down to something like a normal life. 9 to 5 in some air-conditioned office, a nice home to come home to, maybe raise a family.
Johnny, you know darn well you'd never be happy with that kind of a routine, humdrum existence.
Oh, no?
You know it as well as I do. And I guess a gal could get pretty miserable wondering where you are, if you're getting slugged or shot at, maybe dead somewhere. But we do have fun together.
And I'm all for it.
That is, when you're not standing me up for some glamorous redhead on an excuse you're working an insurance case.
Betty, so help me. On a stack of Bibles.
Oh, sure. But come on, or your eggs will be overcooked. Now, you sit right there when you can look out the window and drink your juice.
Yes, ma'am.
You really like my country estate?
Yeah. Hey, who lives in that big house across the road?
Oh, old Mr. Barton J. Robinson. Used to be an attorney.
Robinson, sure. He's the one who prosecuted that big insurance fraud a few years ago for one of the companies I served.
See him there eating his breakfast?
Bachelor, isn't he?
Yes, he lives all alone.
I think I'd better warn him to stay away from you, that you're my property.
He's the most punctual man I've ever seen. If he isn't there when I'm eating my breakfast, I know I've overslept. Here, now. And if you want some toast...
Got it. Hey, Betty, I've been thinking.
Yes?
Well, maybe it's just my crazy criminal mind, but...
Thinking about what, Johnny?
About that. Holy smoke.
No, I've got so used to it morning after morning.
2 of them.
No, crazy kids.
You know who they are?
Oh, somebody had the police come out here a couple of mornings, but of course they didn't show up then. And I guess everybody else has just got used to them the way I have. Now, let's eat.
Funny, though.
What?
A crazy backfire. Once they get past here, they stop it.
Well, don't worry about it.
But I should have. I should have worried plenty about it. Perhaps if I'd been a mystery writer instead of insurance investigator who's used to solving mysteries after they've happened, well, I would have had sense enough to act right then, immediately. Or maybe... Yeah. Maybe there was still time. And you have no idea who those 2 are? The ones who go barreling by in that hot rod every morning?
Nobody could seem to find out, Johnny, and as I said...
Yeah, everybody's got used to the noise of that backfiring. But listen, Betty...
Why don't you eat your breakfast, honey?
You call them kids, but they aren't.
Honey, please. I thought we were just going to have breakfast and talk and sort of make up for lost time.
Yeah, I'm sorry for them. But now look.
Honestly, do you have to dream up a lot of mystery and intrigue about even the most normal things that happen?
They cut the backfiring just as soon as they got around that curve. 3CFU 160.
What?
The license on that car.
Oh, Johnny.
Hey, listen, honey, let me use your phone. Didn't I see one right here in the living room? Oh, yeah.
But why? And, Johnny, your breakfast will get cold.
Be right back. My phone call was to Jerry Wilson, who worked in the Department of Motor Vehicles. It took him a few minutes to dig into the files for me, but when he came back to the phone, his answer was short and to the point.
Sorry, Johnny, but you must have made a mistake.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely. But what happened? Why do you want to know?
Well, I'm just curious, that's all.
Oh, now, Johnny, I know you better than that.
Back, Jerry, and thanks. Thanks a lot.
Now, Johnny...
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh, I guess you're right, Johnny. About driving a wife crazy, I mean.
I was right about that car.
What?
That license on it is a phony. There ain't no such number here in Connecticut.
All right, so a couple of kids didn't have enough money to buy a license.
I tell you, they aren't kids. Now that I've had a chance to think about it, I'd swear there was something familiar about the looks of the one beside the driver.
Oh, sure. Some nasty criminal you've tangled with and... Oh, Johnny, listen. This isn't why I asked you out here, to cook up some deep mystery.
Hey, Betty, this lawyer, this Barton Robinson, who lives in the big house across the road.
I don't care about him, Johnny. I care about you.
You say that every morning at the same time he's there beside that window eating his breakfast? The same time that car comes roaring by?
Yes. When he's here, that is. He was away for 5 or 6 weeks.
Until when?
He must have come back last night. This morning's the first time in 5 or 6.
And when did those hot rodders start coming around?
Oh, well, I guess it was about a week after Mr. Robinson went away.
Casing the joint, huh?
What? Johnny, for heaven's
Betty, listen to me. You probably won't forgive me for this.
Johnny.
Now, listen. Sometimes when I'm working on a case...
You're not, dear.
Well, sometimes when I run out of leads, all I have to work on is a hunch.
3 months I've been
But
waiting.
strangely enough, the hunches usually pay
I
off.
wasn't going to tell you until
So
later.
maybe my hunch is right this
But
time.
I called the office and told them I wouldn't
Because
be in.
I got a real big fat one
I
about
thought
that
you
car.
and I could go somewhere, drive out in the country,
Oh, I'm
maybe.
sorry, honey. I really am
Like
sorry.
I said, kind of make up for lost
But
time.
I got to get on this thing, and right now.
Oh, Johnny, how can you do this
Look,
to
I'll
me?
pick you up tonight. We'll have dinner, taking a show, make a night of it, anything you want. I know that walking out on you this way's a dirty trick, and if you want to, you can just tell me to... Please, honey, tonight for sure.
Oh, sure, Johnny. You know what a pushover I am.
Thanks, hon. See you later. I set out to find that car, who owned it, and why the big backfire racket in that particular spot day after day. There was a purpose there, I was sure of it. Not just a couple of kids out on a tear. Besides, they weren't kids. I'd seen that for myself. Because of the way the car had taken the curve down the road, it left a very clear set of tire marks. So I started a careful inspection of driveways, even asked the people who lived along there what they knew about that car. And it took me most of the day. Expense account item 2, by the way, is $1.25 for a late afternoon lunch at a roadside tavern. It was there I finally got some information.
You want another bottle of beer, huh, Charlie? Okay.
I got one already.
Now, as I was saying, mister, I think I know the very car you mean.
Yeah?
A 1941, tied down with straight pipes. Must have been a convertible before they throwed the top away. Makes a lot of noise.
You know who owns it? Where I can find it?
Well, I think I seen it take the cutoff one morning.
Cutoff?
Yeah, when I was on my way to work here.
What cutoff?
About a mile up the road to cut off over to Barley Swamp.
Good. Thanks a lot. Here's for the food.
Well, you interested in buying that old crate?
Something like that. The cutoff to Barley Swamp wasn't much more than a pair of wagon tracks through the woods. But the tire marks I was looking for stuck out like a sore thumb. And they finally led off to an old shack half hidden by a heavy thicket. Behind it, sure enough, was the car I'd been looking for. The windows of the shack were boarded up. No sign of life about. Slowly and carefully, I circled the place. Then I walked over to the door, turned the knob, opened it. And you know something? I'd been awfully wrong about there being nobody around.
Okay, mister. Oh, no, you
Kill him! Kill him!
You asked for it.
Clip him, Ringer! Clip him!
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, get some water, Gil. Bring him to. We'll find out what he's doing around here.
Let me go through his pockets, Ringer. See who he is.
Yeah, go ahead.
The one called Ringer was too big for me. So rather than take any more of it for the moment, I lay there and let them go through my pockets. And of course, they took my gun. When the little one, Gil, started pouring water not only on but into me, well, I had to come to or choke to death.
Oh, give him the whole bucket.
Yeah, sure.
Johnny Dollar, huh? Insurance stick. No, don't try getting up on your feet.
You think I could if I wanted to?
Yeah, you really clipped him, Ringer.
Shut up. So the coppers have been after me since I got out of their clink, huh? But they couldn't find me, so they had to send you out. Is that it, Dollar?
What do you think?
I think you're going to be awful sorry. And awful dead. You think you or anybody else could keep me from knocking off that fancy mouthpiece after sending me up the way he did?
Well, nobody's smart enough.
You're gonna knock him off, Ringer, huh? You're gonna kill him?
After we get that lawyer.
Well, why not now, huh?
Anything goes wrong, I might need $1 for a hostage.
Oh, sure. Only what's a hostage?
Only nothing is gonna go wrong. I'm too smart for that.
Yeah, I guess you are at that, Ringer. That business of driving by his house every day, the backfire.
That's right, so nobody worries about it no more.
And the backfire will cover the shots when you murder Lawyer Robbins.
That's right. Nobody will even notice. And all it takes is one good shot through his window. Just a little hole in that window nobody will notice unless they go up and look at it.
An elaborate scheme like that just to show how smart you are?
No, because knowing I'm on the loose again, he has that house locked up like a bank vault. Not even Gil and me could get in without setting off an alarm. And he keeps the blinds down at night. Can't even see him in there.
But every morning at the same time, he's there at the window. So now that he's home, we get him. Tomorrow morning...
Shut up, Gil. Soak up some of that rawhide so we can tie him up and get out of here.
Yeah, sure, Ringer.
I want to get some food and some sleep. Then, Dollar, we'll be back to see you in the morning. And after we do, you won't see anything anywhere anymore.
Wet rawhide that shrinks when it dries, cuts into ankles and wrists like a steel band. By the time they finally left in their hot rod, the pain was excruciating. Sure, I could roll around a bit, maybe even out the door. What good was that? There was nobody. Nobody ever came around this neck of the woods. So I lay there straining against the bonds, hoping they wouldn't cut off the circulation completely as the rawhide slowly, inexorably... Wait. It was raining hard. I rolled myself painfully out the door into a puddle in front of it. It seemed like hours. It was hours. It was long after daylight before the rawhide finally stretched enough for me to get a hand free and take off the rest of the thongs that bound me. I looked at my watch. 8:15, which meant they'd done their job. And yeah, now they'd come back here to... Then I heard it. The hot rod coming down the soggy wagon road. Quickly, I ducked back into the shack, waited behind the door.
So he wasn't there. We had the storm to cover us, too.
I don't get it, Ringer.
So he wasn't there at that window means somebody warned him. Means that Johnny Dollar warned him. That means we're taking care of Dollar right now.
No, wait. Listen.
What?
That car coming down the road.
Yeah, I see it. It's a girl that lives across the street from that mouthpiece.
What's she doing out here?
I don't know. If she pulls in here, we start shooting first and find out afterwards.
Hey, she is. Here she comes.
Look out. Shoot. Let her have it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't, baby.
Dollar, I'll kill you. I'll blast you. Oh, no.
Betty.
Johnny, if I hadn't run into him, he would have killed me.
That's okay, honey. You did the right thing.
Johnny, when you didn't come last night, and this morning when the man at the roadhouse told me where he'd sent you to find that hot rod.
Honey, now.
So I told Mr. Robinson to stay away from his window, and I came as fast as... Oh, are you all right, honey? Are you all right?
Yeah, sure. A little wet and tired.
Johnny, I was so worried. I was so worried about you.
I'm sure glad you were. Thanks, honey.
Oh, do that again. That's the sweetest kiss.
Run over me. Try to kill me.
Oh, shut up, Ringer.
You think I'm gonna...
Yeah. Oh.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Yes. More, Johnny.
It was Betty Lewis who really saved the life of that insurance attorney. So most of this expense account covers some well-earned entertainment, plus a little gift for her. No, not an engagement ring, but a big jug of my sin. But I must admit, she certainly makes me think about the merits of... yeah. Expense account total $450 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week? Well, next week, the funniest combination of names I ever saw. And, brother, what trouble they cause. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Forrest Lewis, Barney Phillips, and Tom Holland. This is Jim Matthews speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Harry McQueen, Johnny, up here in Gloucester, Mass.
McQueen?
That's right, 4-State Mutual.
Oh, sure, Harry. How are you? What's on your mind?
Johnny, I have a real funny one for you.
Okay, so I'm laughing.
Oh, I mean funny peculiar, you know.
Do I? Why don't you tell me about it and we'll see.
Well, it appears that somebody's threatening the life of one of our clients.
You call that funny?
I told you, Johnny.
Yeah, you told me. What's the name of this client?
Amos R. Weatherby, an old retired sea captain. Lives in a little town of Annisquam up on Cape Ann.
How much insurance does he carry?
50,000 straight life.
And who's the beneficiary?
His pretty young niece, Thelma Jane Weatherby.
Oh?
She lives with him, sort of takes care of him.
But she just can't wait for him to die a natural death. Hmm?
Oh, wrong, John. She's the one who called me about it a few minutes ago. Asked that you be sent up there.
Well, now, Harry, you know as well as I do that if she's smart...
And she is.
And if she has got any intentions, the best way to keep suspicion from herself.
Wrong again, Johnny. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see and talk to her. Well?
Young, did you say?
In her late 20s.
And, pretty?
Very. The most gorgeous girl I think I've ever seen.
Okay, then, Harry, give me the address and telephone her that I'm on my way.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the 4-State Mutual Insurance Company, Gloucester, Massachusetts office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the boat out of the blue matter. Knowing the Cape Ann country pretty well, I decided to use my own car on this one. So, expense account item 1, $14.70, mileage at the rate of 10 cents a mile. And a bargain for the company at half the price. Annisquam, on the northwestern end of the Cape, is a pleasant little settlement, unspoiled by the vacation crowds. A kind of quiet summer haven for writers, poets, and painters, with a few large and very old homes. The address that Harry McQueen gave me turned out to be one of them. Set on a high, sandy knoll, it was a big frame house with hip roof, shingled turrets, and cupolas, half a dozen gables and dormer windows, all of it dripping with gingerbread and covered with Boston ivy. It looked out over the sparkling blue waters of Annisquam Bay. On one corner was a big tower with a platform on top surrounded by a heavy, well-polished brass railing. A flagpole carried not only the national ensign, but a couple of signal flags on separate lines below a sort of yardarm, I guess you'd call it. Another shorter pole supported a weather vane and one of those revolving things to measure wind velocity. The whole place, in spite of its weather-beaten age, was in good condition. Was what the owner, according to Harry's description of them, would probably call shipshape. All very interesting and colorful. What interested me most, though, was the vision that greeted me at the front door. I mean, vision.
Yes? Oh, you must be Johnny Dollar.
Any description of Thelma Jane Weatherby could only end up in the Department of Understatement. She was tall, well-tanned, and beautiful. A sort of honey blonde with clear, exciting blue eyes. The sort of figure that you dream about. She was wearing a well-cut pair of blue silk capris.
Johnny?
And a blouse of lighter blue chiffon. The freshening breeze caught a wisp of her hair and gently flicked it across that beautiful face in a sort of caress. I caught the faint scent of arpege.
Johnny, what's the matter with you?
Huh?
You are Johnny Dollar, aren't you?
What? Oh, yeah, sure. I'm sorry, Miss Weatherby.
Miss Weatherby?
Thelma?
Thelma Jean. But come in, Johnny.
Yeah, sure.
The captain has just gone up to the bridge to look for the weather so we can talk safely.
The captain?
My uncle, Captain Amos Weatherby.
Oh, boy.
And the bridge is on that tower on the corner of the house.
I see.
He spends most of his time up there. It was about Captain Amos that I called the insurance company.
So McQueen told me.
Sit down, Johnny. And would you like a nice cool drink or something after your long drive?
Well, I take it you'd like to tell me what this is all about while the captain isn't here, so why don't we save the amenities for later, huh?
All right. I can tell you all about it in 2 minutes.
All right.
I was engaged to a fellow.
That I can believe.
His name was Roger Burton. Until a couple of weeks ago when the captain, who didn't like Roger from the start, well, he found out some rather unsavory things about him.
Like what, Thelma Jean?
Roger never told me, Johnny, but he'd been married. Twice, as a matter of fact. And both of his wives died under very funny circumstances.
I see.
Also, they both had considerable money, which I will if anything ever happens to Captain Amos.
So I understand. His insurance.
So I not only broke off with him, but Captain Amos literally threw him out of the house. And believe me, in spite of his age, he could do it.
And now?
Well, before he left, Roger told Captain Amos he'd get even with him. He said that he'd kill him.
You mean just like that?
Yes. He even boasted that he could do it and get away with it. The same as he did with a couple of nosy wives. Those were his very words. You have no idea what a horrible person he became after the captain showed him up. It was like a maniac.
Well, then you're lucky to be free of him.
You bet I am. It'll be a long time before I fall for any sweet talk again.
Oh, it'd be a terrible waste, Thelma Jean.
What?
Yeah, like you.
Oh, Johnny, not you.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
You better be. And yet, if all the stories I've heard about you are true.
One of them. And to prove that I didn't come up here just because Harry McQueen said you're the most beautiful, the most gorgeous gal.
Queen told you that?
I'm sure right, 1,000%. But
If
now...
I'd known that, and if you hadn't come, I'd never have forgiven you.
Yeah, but now let's get down to what...
Especially after what he said over the phone about you.
Like what?
Oh, that, you're an old, dull, stodgy, pedantic,
Why, I'll
grumbling...
sue him. And I'll certainly try to prove otherwise. But right now...
Now, Johnny.
Now, let's get down to business.
Well, after the captain threw him out, we thought that was the last we'd see of Roger, in spite of what he'd said, in spite of his threats.
What?
Johnny, somebody has been prowling around outside this house at night. I've only caught glimpses of him, of his shadow, really, but I'm sure it's Roger Burton. It can only mean one thing, Johnny. He's here to carry out his threat against Captain Amos.
You're sure it's Roger Burton you've seen prowling around the place?
Yes, Johnny, and only at night. And he's supposed to have left Anna's farm, to have gone out west or something. Now, don't you see what that means? So he's going to carry out his threat to kill Captain Amos. And we've got to stop him somehow.
If you're right about all this.
If only you knew what a terrible person he is.
And yet you were engaged to be married to him.
That was before the captain showed him up for what he really is, a wife killer.
Well, you admit yourself it's never been pinned on him.
Because he's clever. That's why he boasted that he could kill my uncle and get away with it. Now that I've seen him here, Johnny.
He hasn't made his presence around here known to anyone else, Thelma Jean?
I'm sure he doesn't know that I've seen him. But now listen,
just what has he done?
All I know is that I've seen him, or his shadow, poking around outside in the yard between here and the cell. Then last
The cell?
night...
What's that?
Look, you can see it from this window. There.
That concrete building, whatever it is, at the edge of the property?
It used to be a kind of jail back in the days of the sailing ship. Now the power company uses it for transformers or whatever you call them.
Yeah, I see the power cables leading down from the pole.
I've looked for his footprints out there in the mornings, but there's always a wind at night, so...
Maybe I'd better take a look in that cell, as you call it.
Oh, it's all locked up, Johnny. And the tiny windows with the bars over them are so dirty you can't see a thing inside.
Have you any reason to think he's somehow got into it? Hey, that storm's really coming this way.
Yes, and Captain Amos will love it. But now,
Well,
Johnny...
hadn't you better get him down off that tower before it hits?
During the storm? Why, you couldn't drag him down with a turning mule team.
Oh.
Take him back to the old days when he used to ride out a storm on the open bridge of a sailing ship.
Well, Gene, does he know about Roger showing up again?
No, Johnny, I haven't told you. But listen, I've been trying to tell you.
Tell me what?
That I not only heard him crawling around last night, but this morning I found some ladder marks in the ground.
Where?
Out beside the tower. As though he'd used those long ladders to get up to it from the outside.
Ladder?
I don't know what else they could be.
This feller, and for the moment we'll assume that it is Roger Burton.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
He's made no attempt to enter the house?
He's too smart for that. And don't forget, Johnny, he doesn't know that I've seen him around again.
Well, before this storm really breaks, Thomas Gene, I'm going to take a look at that transformer building out there and see if...
And you better hurry, Johnny, before...
Oh, Gene. Hey, McGee.
Yeah, Captain?
Where are you?
In here.
Where in combination did you put the sou'wester?
It's up in the cabin just below the bridge where it always is.
I told you Star was making up. It's going to be a big one. Now you got to get me back on the bridge. Well, now who's this, Mr. McGee?
Captain, this is Johnny Dallas.
Dollar, huh?
Hiya, Captain Amos.
Another crooked landlubber come here to trouble you?
Oh, no, Captain. Johnny... just an old friend who dropped in.
Yeah?
With the storm coming up,
Big one, I tell you. Been in all the papers. But me, I told you it was on the way 5-6 days ago. The way the barometer on the bridge has been behaving.
Yes, I know. So I've asked Johnny to stay for the night.
Oh? Well, whatever my little girl wants, Del McGee, you know that. But, Johnny?
Yes, sir?
You do anything to hurt my little girl, and by Jupiter, I'll kill you.
Don't worry, Captain.
All right. Sou'wester's in the cabin up there?
Aye, sir.
And I'll see you below here when the storm's over.
I'll bring your dinner up to you.
When I'm riding on the storm, don't be silly, woman.
Aye, sir. Johnny, if you're going out to look at that cell...
First, I want you to show me where you found the ladder marks, okay?
Aye, sir.
The marks in the ground were still quite plain at the base of the ivy-covered tower. The ladder must have been a tall one, high enough to reach the platform that the captain called the bridge. And I found, rather, a couple of things. A heavy lightning rod extended up the side of the tower, well hidden by the ivy. But the bottom of it had been sawed off, making it useless. Also hidden by the ivy was a wire, an insulated copper wire. Too heavy to cut without tools, but certainly not big enough to take a lightning bolt. The wire was lashed to the upper section of the lightning rod. The other end disappeared in the ground at my feet, and it led away toward the cell, the little transformer station. It was dark now, and the storm was building up fast. I dashed back into the house, up to the second floor, and then up the winding stairway to the captain's bridge.
You better lash yourself under the rail, Johnny. This wind will blow you clean off of the deck into the sea.
Looks like you're right, sir.
I told her this nor'easter is going to be a big one, and it is, Johnny. Reminds me of one night off the Azores. That was fast. What are you doing there, Johnny?
This upper end of the lightning rod was 6 or 8 feet from the side of the tower, held there by big insulators. But again, the heavy copper wire, again hidden by the ivy. It connected the rod with the brass railing where the captain was holding on for dear life against the wind. And it meant that the railing was the cleverest, most diabolical instrument for murder that I had ever seen. Captain Amos.
Listen to her blow, Johnny.
Listen, we've got to go below.
Below, and Mr. Storm like this? Come on, it'll thunder like a stereo.
Listen to me. Keep away from that rail.
Let go of this rail, it'll blow us into the sea.
I tell you, get away from that
Keep
rail.
your hands off me, you blubber, you... Sorry.
I dragged him off his so-called bridge and down into the little room below. Then hoisted him onto my shoulder and started down the circular stairway.
What is it? What happened to him?
I'm afraid I had to knock him out.
What?
To get him off that platform up there.
No, Johnny, you shouldn't have. You'll never forgive you for...
For what? For preventing him from getting electrocuted?
Oh.
Better give him some brandy or something.
Oh, Johnny, don't you understand? Didn't you see the lightning rod up there?
You bet I did. Right next to the platform.
While you're at it, you can bring a slug of that for me.
Don't you understand? Lightning wouldn't hit a rod like that, not once in 100 years, in 100 years, Johnny, here.
Thanks.
What it does is clear the air of static electricity all around the place, so the lightning won't strike nearby.
Yeah, that's what you
And don't you see what you've done to him? I'll never forgive you for this. Here, darling.
Now listen, Thelma Jean.
Johnny, you hurt him.
Well, I'm sorry, but now listen.
You're going to be a lot more sorry.
Thelma Jean.
There's nothing you can say,
Listen to
Johnny.
me. You keep him here. Keep him away from the bridge until I get back here.
Come back here, Johnny.
Just keep him there. Outside, with the aid of occasional flashes of lightning, I found my way to the concrete transformer house. There, I found out how Roger Burton, in spite of the heavy padlock on the door, had got into it. By the simple device of pulling the pins out of the hinges. And who was sitting there waiting for me with a .38 in his hand?
Close the door, mister. And back up against it. Go ahead.
You don't give me much choice, do you?
I can only tell you that if you make one move towards me, I'll pull this trigger. Your body won't be found until the annual inspection of this little transformer station. That'll be 4 months from now, and I'll be a long way away from here.
I see.
I'll probably have to kill you anyway, mister. After I get rid of that meddling old man up in the tower the old fool calls the bridge.
Up on the tower, Burton?
Yeah, I saw you drag him away from there through this window. Just before a good flash of lightning that could have been my cover-up. But don't worry. He'll be back. Hanging on to that railing, riding out the rest of the storm, and when he is...
The rest of this madman's murder weapon was all too obvious now. Up at the tower, the brass railing was wired to the disconnected lightning rod. On the lower end was the copper wire I discovered. And this end of the wire here in the blockhouse was connected to a 22,000-volt transformer.
You see how it works, mister? He goes back up there and grabs hold of the rail. I throw the switch. The power in this line will not only kill him, but melt away the copper wire. Destroy the evidence. Only nobody will look for evidence, because they'll all think a bolt of lightning killed him.
All right, Burton, listen to me.
No. Look. I can see him. In the room where you carried him. And look through the window beside you. You can see him, too.
I could see him all right. Starting back up the circular stairway, back up to the bridge.
You think that Thelma Jean can stop him? Never!
If he ever got there, if he touched the railing, Burton would throw the switch, would electrocute him. But then a miracle. Once in 100 years, the bolt of lightning out of the heavens. Yeah. The bolt of lightning had struck the rod high up on the tower, had streaked down the wire into the blockhouse, had fairly exploded inside of it. The force had blown me out through the door, and it was a couple of hours later inside the house before I was able to move. Burton, holding the switch, had been killed instantly. I'm glad I hadn't tried to get any closer to him. It was a bolt out of the blue. It was justice in its own strange fashion. Expense account total, including a checkup by one of the local medicos, some new clothes, mine were in shreds, incidentals, and the trip back to Hartford, $171.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Star, to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a vicious racket that a lot of respectable people fall for, that you ought to know about. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Carlton G. Young, Ralph Moody, and James McCallion. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Jim Mackey speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Charlie.
Charlie Warren?
Right.
Worldwide Mutual out in L.A.?
None other.
Charlie, you're a bum. I don't even know you.
Huh? Now, what brought that on?
That last case you handed me out there back in December.
Now, take it easy, pal.
Why not come out here to nice, warm, sunny Southern California, Johnny, and get away from all that freezing New England weather you said?
Well, sure I did.
So where did I end up hunting for that killer? 7,000 feet up in the mountains where I nearly froze my ears off. I am only just beginning to thaw out, so I say it again, Charlie, you are a bum.
Okay then, Johnny. Come on back here and I'll make it up to you.
How?
Another assignment. This time right out in the middle of the Mojave Desert.
Yeah?
Matter of fact, it's over near an old stamping ground of yours.
Lake Mojave?
Lake Mojave.
Say no more. I'll pack a razor, a clean shirt, all the fishing tackle I can find, and be on my way.
And a .38 pistol, maybe?
You just telephone Ham Pratt over at Lake Mojave Resort to have a room for me, and... What was that last crack you slipped in there? Bring along a what?
Just kidding is all, Johnny.
Oh, yeah? What kind of an assignment, Charlie?
Meet you here at L.A. International, give you the whole story.
Yeah, I think you'd better.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the mixed blessing matter. Expense account item 1. $199.27 for a cab to Bradley Field, a plane to New York, then a jet to Los Angeles. Thanks to good connections, it was only about 6 p.m. Pacific time when I arrived at L.A. International Airport. True to his word, Charlie Warren was there and waiting. After helping me load my luggage, including the fishing tackle, into a rental car, he led me up to the flight deck restaurant and we ordered cocktails.
Your health, Johnny. May we never grow old.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
I can use this. I'm the little man who's had a busy day. So let's eat, drink, and be merry, Johnny.
Oh, tomorrow we may die?
What?
Or is this big dinner bit just so that you can say the condemned man ate a hearty meal?
What under the sun are you... Oh, you mean that crack I made about being sure to bring along a gun?
Yes.
Honest Injun, Johnny. I was only kidding about that.
Oh, you were?
Honest Injun.
Oh, you said that.
But it got you curious enough to come out here, didn't it?
Well, thought of a chance to break up a long, hard winter with a little warm water fishing is what got me out here, nothing else but. So, if you want to make up for the freezing I took on your company's behalf last time and keep me happy...
Johnny, I told you I'd make up for that, and I will.
All right.
I telephoned your friend Ham Pratt and told him you'd arrive there sometime late tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He promised to have not only a comfortable motel unit for you, but a boat and 75-horse outboard, complete with electric starter, electromatic drive, a tank full of gas, and a bucket of live bait.
Sounds great.
The works. For as soon as you can get yourself out on the lake.
And that, Charlie, my boy, will be at the crack of dawn tomorrow morning.
Johnny.
Yes, Charlie.
Well, isn't the fishing over there supposed to be a lot better in the late afternoon?
And what is that supposed to mean?
How's about another drink before we order the food, huh?
Charlie.
Another of the same, Johnny, okay?
All right, Charlie, let's have it.
Have what? I don't know what you mean.
The reason I am not supposed to go fishing tomorrow, in spite of all your sweet talk.
Did I say that?
Well, didn't you?
Well, I meant tomorrow morning is all.
Why not?
Well, there's just one little thing maybe you ought to sort of take care of first.
One little thing?
Yeah.
Like arson or murder, burglary, embezzlement? One little thing like that?
No, sir.
Well, what then?
We'll just pick up some money over at our branch in Kingman. You know our man over there, Jake Kessler?
Know him very well. But don't tell me you're going to pay me off in advance.
Well, no, not exactly. But, well, let Jake tell you what it's all about, what the money's for.
Well, don't you know?
Let him handle it. He's the one that seems to be worried.
How much?
Oh, about $40,000.
What?
In cash.
You know, to pay off a retirement policy.
Charlie, what's the hitch?
Johnny, all I know is the payment's due. It's been okayed by the company, and for some reason, Jake doesn't want to or can't make it himself.
Why not?
Well, you know Jake, the old worrywart.
Well, sometimes his worries pay off, Charlie.
Well, anyhow, after a good night's sleep at Mojave, go on over to Kingman, Arizona, pick up the dough, and deliver it. Then you can spend the rest of the week fishing on expense account. Okay, pal?
Sure. Okay. Why not? There's only one trouble with it.
Trouble? What do you mean?
You know as well as I do, Charlie. It all sounds just a little too easy.
Planning to send your children to college? How would you feel if you found that your son or daughter couldn't get in because there was no room? You'd feel doubly bad if you learned only then that there was something you could have been doing about it all along. In less than 10 years, the number of college applications will have doubled. Now, support the college of your choice. And for more information about this problem and what you can do to help, write Higher Education, Box 36, Times Square Station, New York 36. Higher Education, Box 36, Times Square Station, New York 36.
Jake Hessler, over there in Kingman, Arizona, is quite a character. He's about 55, tall, angular, long-legged, well-tanned by the desert sun. His office there on the main street is on the second floor above the Conroy Mercantile.
Johnny Dollar.
Jake, you old son of a... Hey, what happened to you?
I made a gall dang fool of myself, Johnny. Sit down.
Well, tell me what happened.
After all the ribbon I've took from these natives over the years about the clothes I wear.
I know.
Well, yesterday morning I finally took a dare and tried getting up on top of a horse.
Oh.
And what happened? God's darn critter ended up on top of me.
Oh, Jake.
Busted one ankle, threw a knee out of joint. So I got to be carried up and down those stairs by a couple of the boys at the Mercantile, and all in all, I'm a gall dang mess. Can't even drive my own car.
Oh, well, Jake, all I can say is I'm sorry.
And that's why I have to send for somebody who could represent the company officially to pay off old man Blessing when he suddenly up and demands the whole thing in one hunk of cash.
Did you say Blessing?
Yeah. His name's Barney Blessing.
Mm-hmm.
41,000 cash. And I'm sure glad you're the one that sent to do it for me like I asked him to. You suppose the company got suspicious too, Johnny?
Suspicious of what, Jake?
Well, about why, in spite of setting up that policy for him to get paid off something every month after 65 and for as long as he lives, now he wants it all at once.
Well, do you think there might be something fishy about it?
That name of his doesn't ring a bell?
No, I don't think so.
You're old enough to remember Prohibition, all the bootlegging and racketeering in those days?
Why, sure.
Well, Barney Blessing was a gunman back then, but he never got caught.
Oh?
Then about a year ago, he moved out here to a worked-out hunk of land on the other side of Hackberry.
Mm-hmm.
Him and a fellow named Harry Higbee, and a beat-up old dog named Vicky.
Oh, who is this Higbee? Just a friend of Barney Blessing's?
A friend, not on your life. Hated him. You see, that Higbee back in those days, well, they called him the Twin.
Yeah?
He was the reason Barney never got caught.
I don't follow you.
He was just a hanger-on. He wasn't a killer. He wasn't of much use to that mob except for one thing. Higbee looked so much like Barney Blessing that when Barney was sent out to do a job, then they'd plant Higbee someplace where a lot of people that see him would swear that he was Barney.
So that he was kind of Barney's alibi.
Right.
Mm.
He was how come they could never pin a thing on Barney.
I see. Well, why did he bring Higbee along out here?
Well, don't you see, Johnny? Blackmail.
Ah. Yeah, maybe you have something there, Jake.
Sure, that Higbee knows enough to send him up for life. All he has to do is open his mouth and start singing. So Barney's not only had to keep him around and feed him, but even made him beneficiary of this policy, too.
If Barney dies before the policy matures.
Right.
Tell me, when will Barney be eligible to start collecting on it?
Well, that's just the trouble. He's 65 right now. And Johnny, the old coot must have read all the fine print.
Why you say that?
All of a sudden, now that I'm all busted up and can't get around anywhere, all of a sudden he telephones me from, wherever it is he gets to a telephone, with this demand we pay him off in cash. Deliver it to him in hand. That's the way that fine print reads, in hand.
But you don't want to pay him off.
No.
Why not?
What's all this all-fired big hurry about all of a sudden? Why this sudden change to wanting the whole thing in one lump sum without letting us know beforehand?
Have you seen him and talked to him at all since he moved out here?
No, I never seen him. Like a darn fool, I just never got around to it. Never even met him.
Mm-hmm. Well, who around here does know him, Jake?
Not anybody. He or Higby or whichever it was used to come here to Kingman for groceries at first, but for nigh on to a year now, there's been no sign of him.
Jake?
Yeah?
If you've been able to have yourself holed up to this office every day, you could have got out there to Barney Blessing's ranch.
Well, so what?
Well, so instead you sent for me. Why?
Johnny, do I have to lay it out to you?
Go ahead.
Well, you just ought to know by now that I have me a nose for trouble. And when I think of what Barney was once and how he said over the phone that if I showed up at his place to give any argument, showed up without the money, well...
Jake, you old rascal, I think you pulled your accident on purpose that you're scared. Probably for no reason at all. You just want me to stick my neck out for you.
I tell you, I got an instinct. Always have had, and it's always been right. But now, Johnny, if you just want to duck out of this one and...
Duck out?
Yeah, stay away from those two ex-mobsters and go over to the lake and do some quiet fishing instead,
Okay, Jake, just tell me how to get there.
By golly, Johnny. I knew you wouldn't let me down. So, now, here.
Yeah.
Here now. You'll have to take this along with you.
That's the $41,000.
Yeah, in cash money. Had the bank deliver it to me just before you got here.
I thought that kind of payoff had to come from the main office of a company like yours.
I wish it did. But you know, worldwide, immediate payment on any claim at any place in the world. That's the slogan.
Yep.
That's why even a little local office like this one has to come up with it. That's why I can't give Barney Blessing any argument.
Well, if I do find any grounds for your wild suspicions, whatever they are, maybe I will.
Now, you listen, Johnny.
Yes, Jake.
Well, here's the receipt and so on that he'll have to sign. Okay?
Now, wait a minute now. Is that a copy of the policy itself there?
That's right.
Well, how about if I borrow it for a little while, Jake? Just long enough to have somebody make a copy of it,
Then you are thinking the way I am, aren't you?
Am I?
So here. Just in case, I had this extra photostat made for you.
Good. All right, Jake. Give me some directions, and I'll be on my way.
Sure. But now, Johnny...
Well?
Well, like you say, maybe I'm all worried up about nothing at all.
Sure you are.
But, be careful anyway. Will you, Johnny?
Sure. Jake had told me the ranch was near the old mining town of Hackberry. Population about 100. But from Hackberry, I had to take a narrow, crooked, dusty little road some 20 miles further to the foot of the Cottonwood Mountains. Believe me, this was really desolate desert country. But the tiny ranch was like a sort of oasis out there. 5 or 6 acres, I'd say, all of it surrounded by a barbed wire fence, except for the driveway up to the house. Thanks to half a dozen windmills busily pumping water, old Barney had managed to make himself a tidy little farm with vegetable gardens enough to supply all his needs and then some. And over in one corner, fenced off by themselves, were a dozen or so beef cattle making the most of a surprisingly green, lush growth of alfalfa. The house sitting there in the middle of the property was a small but well-kept building of concrete block. As I pulled up and stopped, the front door opened just a crack. And then, slowly, a man emerged. An old man, weather-beaten but husky and healthy-looking. As I started toward him, he slowly raised and aimed a high-powered rifle at me.
Didn't you see that sign out front there? Says no trespassing.
I saw the sign.
Well, that's what you're doing, Buster. This is my property. Now get out.
Your property,
That's right.
Then you're Barney Blessing?
That's right. So what? Now you get out.
Sure. If you don't care about getting your insurance money.
Well, then wait a minute.
Oh, well, that's better.
You saying you're that Jake Hessler I talked to on the phone?
No.
It don't sound like him. Who are you?
My name is Dollar. Here now.
Oh, watch it, Buster.
What?
What you reaching for?
My credentials. You want to lower that gun and have a look at them?
Did you say Dollar?
That's right.
Johnny Dollar?
Right again.
You're some kind of detective, ain't you? What you doing here?
Well, if you'll put down that gun, I'll tell you.
When I'm ready.
Okay. Jake Hessler is laid up. He couldn't make it. So I've brought your insurance money.
Yeah, my 41 grand? Where is it?
Right here, Mr. Blessing. $41,000.
Okay, give it over to me, and then get out of here.
Before you sign the papers for it, the receipt and so on? Are you kidding?
Okay. Come on inside here. I don't trust you until I get the dough. Now, let me see them papers. Put them here on this table.
All right. Here you are. If you're Barney Blessing, just go ahead and sign them.
Sure. Why not? Only, don't you want to see my identification or something? Make sure who I am?
Well, that depends. After you've signed. Here now.
Watch it.
As I was about to say, here, you can use my pen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're pretty jittery, aren't you, Mr. Blessing?
I don't like strangers around here, see?
No, I can see that. Well, are you going to sign?
Sure. Only I'd say if I get my money, don't you come any closer.
All right.
Okay. Now, Barney Blessing.
You always have that much trouble signing your own name?
What are you talking about? Yeah, okay now?
Before you sign those others...
I said watch it. I don't like the way you keep reaching inside your coat that way.
I don't like the way you keep waving that rifle around. Now, look.
What's the matter?
Just compare your signature with the one here on the policy.
Yeah? Well, what do you expect after all these years?
After all these years you've had to practice?
What are you talking about?
Will you put the gun down for a minute?
No, sir.
All right, then tell me this. Where's your partner, the man who came out here to live with you?
You mean Higbee? Harry Higbee? That dirty, rotten blackmail. What do you want to know for, huh? What's he got to do with this?
They called you the twins, didn't they?
So what?
So much alike that nobody could tell you apart? Certainly nobody out in this country ever knew which was which.
Now, wait a minute. You saying I ain't Barney Blessing?
I said, where is he, this partner of yours? Well?
Okay, so I'll tell you. Dirty, chiseling stoolie. I finally got fed up with him. I throwed him out.
You did,
Yeah, it cost me a lot of dough, but I paid him off and made him get out of here. Okay? Now, let me sign the rest of these here papers so you can give me the dough and you can get out.
One more thing.
Now what?
What about the dog?
Huh? Oh, you mean Vicky?
Well, whatever her name was.
Now, what's that stinking, lousy, flea-bitten hound dog got to do with it?
You say that about her after the way you brought her all the way out here from Chicago, was it?
Okay. So I'm all upset on account of Vicky died a couple of days ago. I had to bury her.
Oh, you did,
Well, you don't believe it? Look outside the window there at the back. See that mound over the place where I laid the poor little pooch away?
Mister, that mound of freshly turned earth is one of the first things I noticed when I drove in here. You know something? I'd like to see what's really under it.
You know something, Dollar? I don't like you. I think you're trying to pull something on me. And me, I won't stand for that. You see this? You think I don't know how to use it?
I'm sure you do.
Okay. I'll sign all your papers just to make it legal. But in the meantime, you reach inside your pocket and lay down that 41 G's where I can see it. You hear me? Now go ahead.
I guess I haven't much choice, have I?
You got no choice. Go ahead.
Well, how about this instead?
Oh, no, you... Shot the gun out of my hand, will you?
All right, now don't make a move.
Now, listen to
You
me.
listen, and don't forget that I'm holding a gun now.
Okay. Okay, you win. Well, maybe I got excited. I'm sorry. Let me sit down. I'll sign the rest of the papers. You can give me the money and get.
I'm afraid not. Not yet.
Huh?
Not until you've done a little digging for me. Outside where that mound of earth is.
What's the matter? Don't you believe me? I tell you, all you're going to find is the body of that poor little Vicky, the dog.
We'll see. Now get going.
Okay, you satisfied now? See, Dollar? It's only what's left of poor old Vicky.
Yeah, I see. In spite of the size of the grave.
Well, Vicky was a big old dog. Well, you satisfied now?
No.
We'll go back. What?
Looks pretty convincing. Would fool almost anybody, but I think you better dig a little more.
What do you... No, sir, no, I won't.
I said dig. Now you go ahead and dig.
No, I won't do it. I showed you Vicky's body. Ain't that enough?
It's whatever may be underneath it that I want to see. Now dig.
Now listen, you listen to me.
He didn't die soon enough to leave it to you, did he?
What?
And then you somehow found out he was going to take it all in cash, enough to let him get away from you, out of a country where your blackmailing couldn't touch him anymore.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You couldn't take that, so you killed him. Then you thought that you'd collect instead, that nobody would know the difference, and nobody could prove that you aren't Barney Blessing.
Now listen, Dollar, please.
Didn't you know his fingerprints are on file, that when you dig down there to him, all we have to do...
Okay, it's Barney under there. I give up. But don't you see, Dollar?
Dig, Mr. Higbee. Dig. You knew it, Jake, didn't you?
Well, just a hunch, Johnny. And even if it was a right one, I didn't know how I could prove it. But that feeling I had, a couple of punks like them, and nobody around here could prove which one was really which, and with all that money at stake, well, Johnny, I just kind of had me a hunch, is all.
And Jake, it looks like that instinct, that nose for trouble of yours, is something that you had better hang on to. Now, darn it, because of the call from back in Hartford, I again had to miss out on the fishing. But I'm going to keep trying. You can depend on that. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and the trip home, $497.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a case that could be marked top secret, that blows wide open in more ways than one. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Louis Van Ruten as Harry Higbee, Cliff Carpenter as Jake Hessler, Maurice Tarplin as Charlie Warren. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Don Riegel at Worldwide Mutual.
Oh, sure, Don. Out in Chicago.
No, guess again.
You've been moved?
Yeah.
Where? I hope it's been a promotion.
Well, Johnny, I'm sitting here looking out the window of my office at the vast blue expanse of the mighty Pacific. Or at least I would be if the fog weren't so dark and thick this afternoon.
San Francisco.
Right.
One of my favorite towns.
Go on. I'll bet you say that to every city in the United States.
No, I mean it. I have some real fond memories.
Oh, yeah? Who is she, Johnny?
I mean memories of nice, big, fat fees.
Uh-huh.
You know, Don, every case I've handled in that fair city of yours over the years has paid me very nicely. How about this one, Don?
Let's wait and see, huh?
What's the problem?
Man missing.
Anybody I might know?
Well, I doubt it. His name is Harvey Lehman. And, Johnny, I find we have the gentleman insured to the tune of exactly $250,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Don. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company San Francisco office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the buyer and the seller matter. Item 1, after a quick early dinner, is $6 for a cab out to Bradley Field, and item 2, $175.70 plane fare. It was quite late by the time we sat down at San Francisco International Airport, so item 3 is another $6 for a taxi into the Huntington Hotel, high on famous Nob Hill, where from my window I could look out over Telegraph Hill and Chinatown, Fisherman's Wharf, the Embarcadero, and other familiar spots of this wonderful, colorful city. First thing in the morning, I dropped in on Don Regal at his office right near station KCBS that carries these reports of mine on CBS Radio every week. You know, come to think of it, the last time I was in San Francisco, a couple of them in at KCBS helped me solve an important arson case.
Yeah, I remember that one, Johnny. Where are you staying this trip?
Over at the Huntington, as usual.
Well, I hope you didn't bother to unpack your bag.
Oh, why?
Well, you may have a little more traveling to do.
What do you think I did to get out here? Had my way, I'd stick around and enjoy this town of yours for a little while.
Well, no reason why you shouldn't. You can come back after you've cleared up this case for us. And believe me, I hope you can, Johnny.
What's it all about, Don?
Well, as I told you on the phone, the man's name is Harvey Lehman. As I also told you, he's disappeared.
And if somebody's knocked him off, you'll have to pay a nice hunk of insurance.
Yeah, exactly $250,000. But if that man ever had an enemy, I'm crazy as a bedbug.
Well, I've always suspected that. Who's the beneficiary?
His wife, Doris Lehman.
They've been getting along all right?
No, to be honest with you.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Johnny. Don't start jumping to any fancy conclusions.
Why not? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, sure it is. But Harvey Lehman is only 48, 49.
All right, so why wait around for him to grow old and die before collecting on him?
No, Johnny. What I mean is that he has a good business going and will be worth a lot more over the years than any hunk of insurance is now.
Even 250 G's?
Even that.
Even if it means putting up with him over the years?
Well, any putting up with it, Johnny, I'd say is on his part.
How do you mean?
Well, Lehman's a real solid, hard-working citizen who's so completely straight and decent that, well, he's the sort that other folks often take advantage of, especially his wife.
Yeah?
Domineering. She's overpowering. And while he's working, she's spending, and not on him or his house, anything like that, mind you, but on her own selfish self.
Well, then you've just opened up possibility number 2.
That he's disappeared deliberately to get away from her?
Sure.
No.
Why not?
Well, he's simply not the type. And there's a stubborn streak in him, Johnny, and I'm sure he'd keep trying to make a go of it in the hope that she'd get over this extravagance and nagging one day, and... Well, I just don't think he'd give up. I know he wouldn't run away.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm sure of it.
How long ago did he disappear? By the way, what sort of business is he in?
Well, he's a buyer, Johnny. I guess you'd call him a commission buyer.
Oh, buyer of what?
Well, antiques, that sort of thing. You want a giant ruby from some ancient Persian idol, Lehman would get it for you if anyone could. Or the suit of armor that King Arthur wore. Or even a whole room from some Scottish castle. You know that sort of thing. Well, anyhow, he left here just a week ago.
A week ago?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means a pretty cold trail.
Yeah, I know. He told his wife he was going down to Los Angeles, to Beverly Hills to be exact, to see a man. Told her he'd be back the following day. But he wasn't.
Any reason why he couldn't have just stayed over for a while?
Well, look, Johnny, if Lehman said he'd show up at 9:16 on Tuesday morning, he'd be there at 9:16 on Tuesday morning on the nose. Not a minute sooner, not a minute later.
That kind.
Yeah, that kind. Anyhow, Johnny, I've checked every hotel and apartment down there, so have the police. There's been no sign of him.
What about this man that he went to see?
Well, his name is John Arthur Whittington Maynard. I've been on the phone with him. The police have been on the phone with him half a dozen times. Lehman never showed up.
Maynard. John Arthur Whittington.
Yeah, you remember him, Johnny. Big producer-nick of a lot of big movies some 30 years ago. Well, at least they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
All of them horror films, Edgar Allan Poe and vampire and werewolf sort of stuff, before all this science fiction type of stuff came along. The old screwball made himself millions.
Well, why did Lehman say he was going to...
Well, like I said, Lehman was a buyer of some pretty unusual stuff on commission. And I understand Maynard has a house full of it.
Oh, wait a minute now. Don, isn't he the one who had an old movie set, an old castle moved onto some property to use for a home?
Yeah, that's the one. You've probably seen it in one of the picture magazines. But now, to get back to Lehman.
You better give me his description.
Let's see. Here's the scope on him, Johnny, all scribbled out for you.
Thanks.
And if you want a picture without having to go to the police, his wife has promised to have one for you.
Good. Because she's the one person that I want to talk to about this. Now, have you got a car I can use?
No, sure, you can have mine. But listen, Johnny, so far as Mrs. Lehman is concerned, I thought I made it clear a couple of minutes ago
Okay, Don, okay. Let's just wait and see. The Lehman house was up in Marin County over the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was quite a mansion. From the minute I stepped inside, it was plain who dominated this household. The rugs, every piece of furniture, every bit of decoration, everything was in the unmistakable taste of a woman. Even Lehman's so-called study would have done much better as a sewing room. There was certainly no place where a man could open his collar, take off his shoes, put up his feet, and relax. And the more I talked with Doris Lehman, the more I became convinced that one of two things had happened. Either he, in spite of what Don had told me, either he'd skipped out simply to get away from her, or she had done him in for that insurance.
Cars left out at night or in unheated garages. Don't ask for trouble, ask for DuPont Xerox antifreeze.
Wintertime is trouble time for many of us who leave our cars out at night or in unheated garages. So don't ask for trouble. Ask for DuPont Xerox antifreeze. Xerox outlasts winter. It protects your car against sudden drops in temperature all winter long. It won't boil away, even during a warm spell. And Xerox has an exclusive rust inhibitor, MR8, that protects all engine metals, including aluminum, against rust and corrosion. So, for safe, dependable protection, do as millions of motorists have done for over 20 years. Ask for Xerox antifreeze. It's made by DuPont. Remember,
for cars left out at night or in unheated garages. Don't ask for trouble, ask for DuPont Xerox antifreeze.
Now, just a minute, young man. If you came out here to insult me...
I'm sorry, Mrs. Lehman.
You very well should be.
But in my job, we have to consider all the possibilities.
Ridiculous. Do you think for 1 minute I'd dirty my hands with such a low act as murder? It's ridiculous.
Even for $250,000?
Make no mistake about it, Mr. Dollar. Harvey is worth a great deal more to me alive than he might ever be dead. He's done very well for me and will continue to. If you can find him and bring him back to me.
I'm sure he will.
Of course he will.
Have you considered that he might have just wanted to get away from you for a while?
I beg your pardon. Harvey just run off and leave me?
Well?
He wouldn't dare.
I wondered.
Well, you can stop wondering right here and now. Harvey would no more... He would no more...
Yes? Go on, Mrs. Lehman, or if I hit a sore spot.
Mr. Dollar, if I thought for 1 minute, if it were possible that you were right... No, I refuse to believe it. And if you have no better theory, I suggest you get out of here and forget the whole thing. If he's to be found, the police can do it.
Have they accomplished anything as yet?
No. Big talking, do-nothing men. They haven't accomplished a thing. And those bumbling movie-struck police down there in Beverly Hills are just as bad.
Now, just a minute. It just happens that Beverly Hills is a mighty fine police department. I know. I've worked with them.
Then why haven't they found him? That's where Harvey went.
Well, how do you know? How do you know that he ever got there?
Because he telephoned me from Mr. Maynard's home. If you can call that atrocity a home.
He said that's where he was calling from?
The night of the morning he left here. Harvey always calls me when he gets to a destination, wherever it is. I insist on it. And naturally, Harvey obeys.
I'm sure he does. Did you tell that to the police?
Well, of course I...
Yes?
No. No, I guess... I was so confused. These stupid police annoy me so with their endless questions and insinuations. They're even worse than you are.
Thank you very much.
What?
Don't you realize they're only trying to do a job for you?
Well, then why don't they? Why don't they know that Harvey got there?
Because you didn't tell them. Why did he go to see Mr. Maynard?
To collect some money due for a lot of junk he bought for him. $10,000.
Junk?
Oh, chunks from some ancient Roman ruin. Artifacts out of the temple of some old pagan god. And a lot of other nonsense that castle is stuffed with. Maynard simply refused to pay. He told Harvey he should feel honored for having been able to contribute to the decoration of that silly place. And that if he didn't stop dunning him, he'd
what, Mrs. Lehman?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is that he threatened Harvey, and more than once.
For simply trying to collect a bill?
Well, you don't know that crazy old Maynard.
Oh, I guess I don't.
Anyhow, I got fed up with it. I told Harvey to go down there and collect that money or else. Why should I tell you this? I don't like you. It's none of your business. So just leave and forget about it. Goodbye, Mr. Dollar.
I was afraid if I lingered any longer, she'd literally throw me out. So I got the next bit of information, her telephone number, from the phone book in my room at the Huntington. Then I put through a call, not to her, but to an old pal of mine. Under the circumstances, it wouldn't be diplomatic to give his right name, so we'll just call him Brady. Sergeant Brady, the Beverly Hills Police Department. And 15 minutes later, he called me back. Johnny Dollar.
Brady, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, as you suggested, I snooped the phone company, and yes, there was a call to that Marin County number the same night Lehman should have arrived down here.
All right, then, Brady.
So maybe old Maynard called to see why he hadn't. He must have known Lehman was planning to come.
I don't think so. I don't think Maynard would have called because I don't believe he did know Lehman was heading your way.
Oh, you don't, huh?
What's more, it was Lehman himself who made that call.
No, wait a minute. You're sure of that?
Yes. At least that's what I was told by...
Yeah, Johnny?
Well, maybe I'm not sure.
Well, if you're thinking that maybe Lehman did get here and that maybe they had a fight or something, well, Johnny, we thought of that, too. You see, we know that wacky old Maynard pretty well. He's a real nut. And if you don't believe me, just dig up some of those old horror pictures he used to make. Wow.
I know what you mean.
Made a lot of the props for him, too, with his own little hands. Anyhow, just in case, some of the boys and I went through that joint of his from stem to stern.
And?
Nothing. Zero. No sign of Lehman or anybody else. We even tapped on walls and took measurements, looking for hidden rooms or secret panels, that sort of thing. Nothing.
But you did suspect him.
Did? Yeah. But only because that crazy old man, just to be dramatic, might try most anything, just for kicks.
Even murder?
Murder. So what's a murder to him? I mean, after all those he put on film? But you know something?
No?
If that ham ever did kill somebody, why, Johnny, he'd be the first one to ask us over. He'd probably lead us right to where he'd hidden the stiff after fixing it so we wouldn't see it.
Just to show off?
Yeah, sure. That's why we went over the place so carefully. Even poked around in all the old suits of armor that he kept pointing out to us.
Brady, how long are you going to be on duty?
Well, I'm off in half an hour, but now listen, Johnny, if you think you have some
Well,
ideas...
I'm not sure, but maybe I'll run on down there. If so, I'll holler.
Yeah, you do that.
Item 3, $83 even for a cab to the airport, a jet to Los Angeles, and a deposit on a rental car. I drove into Beverly Hills to police headquarters. As I suspected, Brady wasn't there, nor did a phone call raise him at his home. However, the officer on the desk promised to keep trying and gave me some directions, so I took off. After leaving a pleasant residential section, I took a narrow dirt road high up the side of a mountain. I could see all of Beverly Hills and most of Los Angeles spread out below me, and Catalina Island over 20 miles out in the blue Pacific like a jewel, fairly sparkling in the late afternoon sun. I could also see the crummy castle where John Arthur Whittington Maynard lived alone among the tattered glories of his past in the film business. And suddenly, that wee small voice in the back of my brain spoke out loud and clear. Watch it, Dollar. You may be getting into more than you bargained for, so watch it, Dollar. Watch it.
In thousands of communities throughout the nation, this is the time of year when we strive to help our less fortunate neighbors. Not that we don't try to help all year round. It's just that now many health, recreation, and welfare agencies band together in a common fundraising campaign. When you give just once to your United Fund or community chest, you help many people in your city, the sick, the needy, the aged, the serviceman, and veteran. So give the United Way, and please give generously.
Picture it for yourself. This castle, once a movie set, built up among the rocks and boulders at the top of a mountain. Complete with gray stone walls, battlements, a gallery between the towers, and believe it or not, even a moat with a heavy wooden drawbridge. I almost expected to see the bridge thumped down and a half a dozen fully armored knights come galloping out to challenge me with lances at the ready. Instead, as I drew up in front of it, the bridge was lowered slowly. There was something almost ominous about the creaking and clanking of its iron chains. And then standing there, the man. Or rather, the caricature of a man. He was short, heavy-set, and in a way almost grotesque. The ugly face, the eyes of a pig, the long, black, straggly hair and 3 or 4 day growth of beard, the heavy, beefy shoulders hunched forward. I thought of Quasimodo, the horrible hunchback of Notre Dame.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to my castle.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Maynard, is it?
That's right. Surely you heard of me.
As a matter of fact...
Come in. It's not often I have visitors. Someone to show my place to. So few people even know of my beautiful castle.
My name is Dollar, Mr. Maynard. I'm an insurance investigator.
Insurance? Not a salesman. I'll have none of it. Get out. Leave my place.
No, I said I was an investigator, Mr. Maynard. I'm trying to find out what happened to a Mr. Harvey Lehman.
Harvey? Oh, yes, of course. A very old and very dear friend of mine. Come. Let me show you some of the wonderful things he has brought me over the years.
Well, I would like to ask...
Magnificent suits of armor, regal pennants and banners, beautiful tapestries.
Pinning him down to talk about Harvey Lehman was almost impossible. But I must confess that the trip around that phony castle was interesting, to say the least. Much of what he showed me deserved a place in a museum. Real collector's items. And some of the props from old horror pictures that he's made were just fascinating. Especially down in one of the dank, dark, dirty dungeons. Ancient instruments of torture, the rack, the wheel, the Iron Maiden, a metal boot to be filled with boiling oil.
From my pictures, Dollar. From my pictures. Realism, that's what I had in all of them. Because I was the greatest plotter of them all. When it came to mystery and torture and murder.
To get back to Mr. Lehman.
And can you think of a better place to keep them than down here in this dusty old dungeon, eh?
Yes, very fitting.
Now, in here. I must show you my wine cellar.
There are still a couple of questions, though, that
29 years ago, I laid down the wines in here. That's all that time they've been aging in here. Cases and cases of them, rack after rack. Do you see them under the dust and cobwebs? Finest vintages of all.
Yes, sure. Now, Mr. Maynard...
Yes, 29 years ago, when I retired and moved into this place, I put these wines down here.
So you said.
You can tell how long by the dust and the cobwebs.
Yes, I know.
Spiders. Here undisturbed for 29 years.
One thing more, though, about Mr. Lehman.
No, I told you, Mr. Dollar. I know nothing whatsoever about him.
When did you see him last?
Oh, almost a year ago.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure. Oh, look here, this case of port. No label. But the finest vintage port.
Mr. Maynard?
Over here. Do you see them? The sherries. Magnificent sherries. And the longer they lie there, undisturbed, the finer they'll be.
You never drink them?
Drink them? Such treasures. Drink them indeed. Look at this one. The color of this ancient sherry. Hold it up to the light. There. You see?
Yes, I'm afraid I do now.
What?
I see. Realism, you said. Didn't you mean what looks like realism? By the time it was shown on a movie screen?
I don't understand, Mr. Dollar.
Tell me the truth, Mr. Maynard. These torture machines, for instance, in the other room, and some of that armor upstairs.
Well, some of that armor cost me a fortune because it's genuine.
Maybe so, some of it. But how about the rest?
You mean you could tell?
That it's only imitation? Stuff that was made up for some of your old movies?
But I made it myself. I have a skill in such things. I thought it was perfect.
It would have fooled me, all right.
Well, then I don't understand.
Even as the dust down here and the cobwebs fooled the police, too, didn't they?
What?
When they came around here a few days ago for a look.
Now, just a minute.
I'll bet by way of showing off, you dragged them down to this wine cellar, too. You were so sure of yourself.
Dollar?
Phony cobwebs are almost like the real thing.
Phony?
All the dust. What is it, Maynard? Fuller's earth that you've scattered around?
You don't know what you're talking about.
The whole setup would have fooled me royally if you hadn't picked up that bottle of wine and held it up to the light. I'm going to take a look under some of these cases, Mr.
No! You leave them alone.
Why? Because they cover up something you don't want me to see?
No, don't do that.
What was the name of that gruesome old picture in which you had a man buried under a cellar floor?
I said stop it. If you don't, I'll pull this trigger.
Oh, I see.
There.
That wild, silly guess of mine paid off.
That's right. Harvey Lehman is buried under your feet, and you will join him there.
Now, put down that gun, Mr. Maynard.
Stand back, Dollar.
You heard him, Maynard.
What?
Put it down.
The police. I'll kill you.
Watch him, Brady. Thanks, Brady.
Well, it was a pleasure, Johnny. I'm sure glad you left word for me at headquarters.
Oh, believe me, so am I.
And he certainly fooled us when the boys and I went through here a couple of days ago. But how did you ever guess?
A bottle of wine when he held it up to the light.
Well?
He said it was fine old sherry, lying around down here for 29 years.
So?
Sherry? There should have been a sediment in that bottle this thick.
Uh-huh. So the age and dust and cobwebs were a fake, huh? And he must have moved the bottles over this spot only recently.
That's right. I just took a wild guess. You know the rest.
Pretty smart, Johnny. Pretty smart.
Needless to say, wild as the whole thing may seem, they found Lehman's body buried there in the cellar. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford by way of San Francisco to pick up my clothes, $477.30. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, Savannah, Georgia, after one of the cleverest crooks I've ever had to tangle with. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Leon Janney as Maynard, Gertrude Warner as Doris Lehman, William Redfield as Brady, and Carl Frank as Don Riegel.
Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Don't just stand there. Enjoy the Gary Moore Show weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar?
Yes?
This is Christian Albeck at International Life and Casualty in Boston.
Well, Mr. Albeck, I haven't heard from you in 3 or 4 years.
I know.
How are you?
Fine. Just fine, Mr. Dollar. But I'm afraid I have a bit of a problem.
Well, who hasn't?
And I wonder if you could, what was that?
Nothing. You were going to say?
I wonder if you're free to come up here and see me right away.
I don't know why not. As long as you're willing to pay my expense account and commission, and, maybe a little extra fee in addition.
Well, that remains to be seen. Of course, there is a $250,000 policy involved.
Say no more. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the International Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Home Office, Boston, Massachusetts. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the 3-for-1 matter. Expense account item 1, $7.75, plane fare to Boston. Item 2, $2.25 for a cab to International's office in the Little Building at the corner of Tremont and Boylston, across from the Touraine Hotel. Come to think of it, it's not too far from station WEEI that carries the broadcast reports on these cases. Christian Albeck is in his late 40s, tall, blond, lantern-jawed. His casual manner and rather bland expression belie a sharp, keenly analytical mind. I've always had the feeling that he might always be just one jump ahead of me.
Sit down, won't you, Mr. Dollar?
Thank you, Chris. Only, why the mister?
Well, after all, you are in Boston, you know. Cigarette?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's barely noon. I take it you come up here by plane.
Mm-hmm. With an ulterior motive. I figured if I got here in time for lunch, I might persuade you to foot the bill over at the old Union Oyster House.
Well, why not? Afterwards, we can pick up a rental car for you.
Oh?
Yes. See, it'll be necessary for you to run up to Center Harbor in New Hampshire.
Up there at Lake Winnipesaukee again?
Yes, where you handled a case for us once before.
Great.
Huh?
Well, it's pickerel, perch, smallmouth bass. Only why didn't you tell me that on the phone, Chris, so I could have brought along some fishing tackle?
This time of year?
Oh, that's right. I kind of lost my head.
Now, why don't we go on over to the Oyster House, and while you're gorging yourself on seafood, I can tell you what this is all about.
Fine.
Another dozen on the half shell, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, are you kidding? I've had it. Oh, I just hope I can make it up to Lake Winnipesaukee. I come to think of it. To what, Chris?
To see if you can find out what's happened to a Mr. John Stewart Kirkman.
Kirkman?
Yes. He and his wife live on Red Hill Road up there at Center Harbor. He's a man of about 60, retired, worth quite a lot of money.
I see.
His wife telephoned me just before I called you this morning. She gave me no details, but it seems that Mr. Kirkman left the house sometime after dinner last evening, presumably to see a man on business of some kind or other. And, well, she simply hadn't seen or heard anything of him since.
A $250,000 policy,
Yes, with a double indemnity clause.
She's checked with this man that he went to see?
She doesn't know who it was.
Well, what about the police up there? Chief Mike Sharp, isn't it?
Yeah. I talked to him this morning, too. He'll give you all the details, and he's happy you're on the case.
Well,
he thinks a lot of you, Johnny, Mr. Dollar, and he promises complete cooperation.
Well, good.
Incidentally, now,
Yeah? Well?
No. Nothing. Well, you see what you think when you get up there.
What I think about what, Chris?
Forget it.
No, wait a minute. You've got an idea maybe about someone who might have helped Mr. Kirkman disappear?
I didn't say that.
Now, don't start that again.
Again?
That other case up there, Winnipesaukee. If you'd told me your suspicions right at the beginning, it would have saved me a lot of trouble and your company a lot of expense.
Yeah, but if I'd been wrong...
But you were absolutely right.
Yeah, quite possible that I'm wrong this time.
Who do you suspect, Chris, of wanting to get him out of the way? Well, then who is the beneficiary of this policy that he holds?
His wife, Mona.
$250,000,
Yeah.
Or maybe double that.
But I'm thinking of, well, 3 people, Dollar, who might, and I use the word might, now mind you.
Go on. Who are they?
Well, it's Charles D. Hockaway.
Who's he?
Hockaway, a sort of junior partner for a while in Mr. Kirkman's investment business here in Boston. Before Kirkman retired, went up there to live in Santa Harbor.
Mm-hmm. What about him?
Hockaway borrowed a lot of money from him on a handshake, no contract. Never paid it back. For the simple reason that he's a completely impractical, incompetent wastrel.
How much?
Nearly $100,000, I understand. Anyhow, last time I talked to Mr. Kirkman, he said he was going to take legal action, even if it meant complete ruin for Hockaway.
Did he?
I don't know. I do know that Hockaway was not only worried, but bitterly resentful.
He was?
He said he'd really earned the money, which isn't true. That Kirkman didn't need it, and that he'd see him in Hades before paying a cent of it. And a couple of months ago, Hockaway quietly took a little cottage up there in Santa Harbor.
You think that in order to avoid paying off his debt, he would go so far as to...
No, I didn't say that. Then there's Mildred.
Mildred who?
Armstrong. She was Kirkman's first wife. When he divorced her, he made what was then a very generous settlement. But later, when he began to get really wealthy and wouldn't add to what he'd given her, well, I just happen to know that she's been threatening him for years.
Threatening to kill him?
Now, Mr. Dollar, I didn't...
All right. You didn't say that.
No. But she, too, has recently moved to Santa Harbor.
Well, now, Chris...
And finally, there's Tony Benson, who's turned up in Wolfsboro on the other side of the lake.
And who is he?
Well, he's a fairly bright young fella. Basically, just a bum. Just an irresponsible young... Mr. Dollar, Tony has been in more scrapes. And I'll wager he's had at least a dozen different jobs in the last 10 years. There's been absolutely no good in any of them. Right now, he's a sort of dental assistant for Dr. Porteous.
And what's his beef?
Mona, Mr. Kirkman's wife. Tony was in love with her once, or with her fortune, really, but Kirkman beat him to it.
I thought Kirkman himself had the money.
Well, it was hers that enabled him to build up his business. Therefore, his own fortune, to the point where he could retire in 4 years.
Oh.
Anyhow, I don't think Tony would stop at anything to get even.
Oh, wait a minute. Get even with Kirkman or his wife?
Frankly, knowing the way that love can turn to hatred in such a case, I would have thought with Mona. But now, of course...
Well, they're pretty thin motives, it seems to me, Chris, all of them. But you think that one of those 3 might possibly have decided to put Kirkman out of the way?
No, I didn't say that. I only meant...
Okay, Chris. Let's get out of here. Get me a car and I'll be on my way. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car. By the time I'd covered the 125 miles or so to Center Harbor, it was late afternoon. Police Chief Mike Sharp was out of his little office, so I left a note on the door, went over and checked in at the Garnet Inn. I wondered which of the people that Chris had mentioned I should contact first. If, that is, anything actually had happened to Mr. Kirkman. Yes, come in.
Well, howdy, Mr. Dollar.
Chief Sharp, nice to see you.
I thought maybe it was you who'd moved in here, and I saw that rental car out front.
Here I am.
About that Mr. John Stewart Kirkman, man you come up here to look for?
Yes.
Might have saved yourself trouble, Mr. Dollar. Just found him myself.
Oh, well, good.
Found his body, rather. Mr. Kirkman's dead. Stone dead.
If you leave your car outside at night and hope in the morning it'll be all right. If your car's in the garage that has no heat, you want antifreeze protection that's real complete. Don't ask for trouble. Ask for DuPont Xerox Antifreeze.
For dependable protection against sudden drops in temperature all winter long, use DuPont Xerox Antifreeze. Even during a warm spell, Xerox won't boil away. It outlasts winter. And to guard against damaging rust and corrosion, Xerox has MR8 Rust Inhibitor, an exclusive DuPont development that protects all engine metals, including aluminum. So for safe, dependable protection, do as millions of motorists have done for over 20 years. Ask for Xerox Antifreeze. It's made by DuPont. Remember,
For cars left out at night or in unheated garages. Don't ask for trouble. Ask for DuPont Xerox Antifreeze.
Now, just take it easy, Mr. Dollar, coming to that curve up ahead there.
Right, Chief.
And that is, unless you want the same thing to happen as happened to Mr. Kirkman. Maybe you better stop along about here.
Yes. I see those tire tracks on over the edge of the curve and on through the broken fence there beyond.
Yeah, that's what happened to him, all right. Lost control, missed the curve, went on over the edge. Yeah, there, now. See how it hit the bottom down there?
60 or 70 feet.
Come along, Miss Dollar. Watch your step here.
Yep.
Footing's not so good on this side of the hill.
Yeah, I see that. Who is that down there?
Old Doc Higby. He's the coroner. I want him just to be sure that body's all right.
How do you mean, all right?
Well, it looks pretty obvious, like an accident, but you didn't have a chance to look at those tire tracks as careful as I did.
Oh, I think I know what you mean about him, Chief.
Do you?
Yeah, there were no skid marks to show that he tried to put on the brakes before going over.
That's right. Those tracks are so clear, so plain, Mr. Dollar.
You wonder if Kirkman wasn't dead before he hit the curve,
It's a possibility.
Maybe somebody killed him and propped him up behind the wheel, then helped that car over the edge.
Yes, sir. So, if Doc Higby has found any sign on him, any sign at all... Well, how about it, Doc?
Well, not a mark, Chief Sharp. Not a single mark onto him. Except for the blow to his head that killed him when the car rolled over.
You're sure of that, Dr. Higby?
Yeah. Eh?
I mean, there's no other mark that might possibly have accounted for his death. You're absolutely certain of that,
Now, just a minute, young man. Who is this young man talking to me like this?
Now, Doc, this is Mr. Johnny Dollar. He's kind of a special
Johnny
investigator.
Dollar? The insurance investigator?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, now, howdy, Mr. Dollar. I'm mighty pleased to meet you.
Well, thank you, Doctor, but,
You'll have to pardon his sparking up that way, Mr. Dollar. I guess we folks around here have him spoiled. He's just not used to having someone question his professional opinion.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, and I'm glad to know you, Doctor.
Well, but, now, knowing how thorough you always are, Mr. Dollar, you see, I listened to all those reports on your cases over the radio, mostly on WGAN and over to Portland and on WEEI down to Boston.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, sir.
So, I suppose, in spite of my opinion, in spite of the way this looks like an accident, maybe I'd better do an autopsy.
I think it might be a good idea, Doctor, because if he was killed before the car rolled on down here...
I'll do it. Right away. If you two will help me get the body down to my car that's down below.
Sure. In the meantime, Chief Sharp...
Yeah, in the meantime, Mr. Dollar, just in case...
Yeah?
There are 3 people I'd like to make certain are still about in these parts.
Like Charles P. Hockaway, for instance?
Well, yes. But how'd you know?
And perhaps Mildred Armstrong and Tony Benson?
Yes, sir. Especially that Tony Benson over to Wolfsboro.
Okay. While you're rounding them up, I want a mechanic to look over the brake system on this car to find out, if possible, why it went over the edge.
That's a good idea. While you and Doc take in the body, I'll get a hold of Frank Marshall over at the gas station to look at the brakes, and then I'll round up those people you mentioned.
Fine. I didn't stick around to watch the autopsy, thank you, but went back to the Garnet Inn. It was dinner time, and in spite of the hefty lunch in Boston, I was hungry again. But as I went to my room to wash up... It's funny, I guess I forgot to lock it.
Oh, you locked it all right.
What? Who are you?
You're Johnny Dollar, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, I'm Tony Benson.
Well?
I saw the note you left on the door at Chief Sharp's office. I came over here to wait for you. Got tired of standing around, so I came up here and slipped the lock with a business card. Any objection?
And, if I decided that, you should be held for breaking and entering?
Well, it's a lot better than being held for murder, isn't it?
Murder?
Well, that's what that crazy old police chief would do in a minute if he could cook up something wrong about the way old Kirkman's car went over that cliff.
Oh, you know about it?
Doesn't everybody? But I don't want anybody accusing me of murder.
Why should they?
Because they all think I had a grudge against Kirkman, that's why.
Didn't you?
No. It wasn't him that did me dirt. It was that, it was Mona that left me flat. If I had a grudge against anybody, it was against her, not him. Well, if you don't believe me, ask her.
Maybe I will.
Anyhow, when I found out you were here, at least I knew I'd get a fair shake for a change.
Tony, you said murder. What makes you think Kirkman was murdered when all the signs point to an accident out there?
Now, listen, all I said was that old Chief Sharp would try and, cook up something just because he doesn't like me.
Maybe he has good reason.
Yeah?
Wait a minute. Johnny Dollar.
My name is Mildred Armstrong, Mr. Dollar.
Yes.
I must see you right away.
Oh, what about?
You know very well what about. About John Kirkman. And I'm not the one who murdered. Had him murdered.
What makes you think he's been murdered, Miss Armstrong?
Well, he's dead, isn't he?
Yes, he's dead, all right, but it looked like an accident.
I didn't know. Then there won't be any silly suspicion of me.
Well, should there be?
I beg your pardon?
Are you here in Center Harbor?
Yes. Why?
Well, then I think you'd better come on over here and see me.
Now, just a minute.
Or would you rather I had Chief Sharp bring you over?
Very well, Mr. Dollar. I'll be over to see you.
All right, now, Tony.
So, maybe now you got a better suspect, huh?
What do you mean by that?
Well, if old Kirkman was murdered, what you said to that Armstrong dame. Now, look, if you want my opinion...
No, thank you. Oh, now what?
Mr. Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Well, I'm glad to see you here. My name is...
Hi.
Tony.
Charlie boy, come on in. Join the party.
Mr. Hockaway, is it?
Oh, yes.
At this point, I guess I can only say I've been expecting you.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, you came to tell me perhaps that...
That I didn't murder John Kirkman.
Yes, that word seems to be getting pretty common around here.
What's that?
How do you know he's been murdered?
Oh, I see. A little slip of the tongue, and you've immediately become suspicious. Well, don't, old man, because there's no reason to. What I meant was... you know.
No, what did you mean, Mr. Hockaway?
Well, just that if there should turn out to be anything suspicious about the, well, let's face it, Dollar. Kirkman and I were not on very good terms.
Yes, so I understand.
Careful, Charlie. You're sticking your neck out.
But if there should be any question of murder, old man, needless to say, I didn't do it. That's right. I'm glad you understand.
Sit down, Hockaway.
Oh, surely, Mr. Dollar.
Chief?
Yeah, this is Miss Armstrong, Mr. Dollar. Met her on the way over after I checked with Frank Marshall about the car.
Oh, won't you go on in, Miss Armstrong?
Well, Miss Armstrong.
As to where the other two are that I...
Yeah.
Where'd you find them, Mr. Dollar?
Well, let's say they found me, Chief. Have you checked with Dr. Higbee?
Yeah, let's shut this door a little.
Sure. Well?
Looks like we were wrong. Doc says it was the accident killed Mr. Kirkman, no doubt about it. So all this roundup of suspects...
Chief, what did Frank Marshall say about the brakes on the car?
He went over it with a fine-tooth comb, Mr. Dollar. Nothing tampered with, no loose connections, nothing wrong at all.
I see.
Well, only one thing. There was no fluid in the brake lines.
What?
You know, that copper tubing that carries the fluid.
Oh?
But only because of a tiny little leak, a little hole so small that even his smallest drill wouldn't fit in it.
That car's pretty new.
Yeah. So it must have been just a defective piece of that tubing that let fluid leak out.
Wait a minute. Hold everything.
Ah?
Chief.
Yeah?
Look, go on in there and keep an eye on the suspect while I go over and take a look at that car, will you?
Yeah, but I thought that you... Suspect?
That's right.
But who? Which one?
Judging by the way they all descended on me as though to make sure I wouldn't suspect them, it could be any one of them. But you just sit tight right here and we'll see.
Night, Tommy. See you in the morning. Now,
Yes, Frank?
Well, like I told Chief Sharp, Mr. Dollar, must have been an accident. These brake lines on this car have been tampered with, and I would have known it right away.
Well, I'm sure you would, Frank.
Sure. Any wrench or other tool been put on any connections, any bleedle lines, I'd have noticed.
Kind of would have disturbed the mud from that last rain we had. Would have left a mark.
Mm-hmm.
With no saw marks, anything like that, anywhere on that copper tubing. And I also checked the master cylinder and all 4 wheel cylinders, too.
Well, then how do you account for no fluid in the lines?
Well, I thought about that myself. Count if I'd checked the fluid level last time I did a lube jar on this car, last week.
The chief said that there is a small hole in one of the lines.
Oh, yes, sir. It's a defect in the tubing. Leastwise, it's much too small for any drill point.
Is it?
Oh, yes, sir. And I know because I got drill points in my kit all the way down to 128th of an inch. And the hole's a lot smaller than that.
Is it all right if I get under and take a look?
Oh, sure, go ahead. Here, you can use this crawler here. Just lay down, roll under.
Good. You have a flashlight?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, right here.
Is there any kind of a magnifying glass around here?
Yeah, sure. You can use this little pocket magnifier if you want.
Okay, fine. The hole in that copper tubing that carries the brake fluid was tiny. But under the magnifying glass, it was all too obvious that someone had drilled it there. And remember this. Where an ordinary metal drill leaves a burr, a bit of metal shaving on the edge of a hole that it's cut. Here there was none.
See it under there? Too small for any kind of drill. Much too small.
Any kind? Sorry, Frank. That's where you're wrong.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Dollar.
Chief?
Where you been, Dollar? Not digging up another suspect for the murder that wasn't a murder after all?
Yes, the chief has just told us it was an accident due to faulty brakes.
All right, it's all over. It's all settled now.
So you see, Mr. Dollar, I told you there was no cause for suspicion.
Right. So come on, let's get out of here.
Just one question first.
Yeah, what is it, Mr. Dollar?
What is it?
Tony,
Yeah?
you're a dental assistant, aren't you?
Well, yeah, that's right.
Then you ought to be more careful with the equipment.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Or don't you remember what you did with this dental drill that you borrowed from the office?
Well,
this tiny drill that you used to drill a hole in that brake line.
No.
You don't remember where you put this drill without bothering to clean it? Without bothering to clean off the chips of copper on it after you used it on the brake line? Well, Tony?
You're pretty smart, you know.
No. Just smart enough. So, once again, it's up to the courts. And how about the switch on this one? I mean, the logical suspect being the logical suspect for once. Expense account total, including board and room, mileage on the rental car, and the trip back to Hartford, plus incidentals, of course, $81.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the cleverest ways to work a racket that ever tripped up a crook. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Leora Thatcher as Mildred, William Mason as Tony, Robert Donnelly as Chris, Robert Dryden as the police chief, Reynold Osborne as Charles, Arthur Cole as the doctor, and Bill Lipton as Frank. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Durward Kirby's favorite program, The Gary Moore Show, on the CBS Radio Network.
At roll 59 on your Tri-Cities dial, this is WROW Music in Albany, New York.
Young man, are you gambling with your future? Going round and round in circles, waiting for a break? Well, has Lady Luck smiled on you lately? bad. But your future's still ahead of you. Why not kiss Lady Luck goodbye and put the odds in your favor? Choose your own job training in today's Army, and then watch your future pay off.
You can choose job training before you enlist. Before you enlist in the modern army.
Johnny Dollar. Oh, I beg your pardon. This is Earl Pullman's residence.
Well, it better be.
Who's that, Earl?
Who else? Now, listen, Johnny.
The idea of sneaking out of the house on me this way and at the crack of dawn. Where are you, Earl?
Down here at my office.
What?
Well, why not?
I thought you and I were going fishing this morning.
We are. Now, look, when you got down here to Sarasota, when was it, a week ago today?
That's right, and you promised me this was one trip to Florida for nothing but fishing.
Well, now, Johnny,
So what happened? I wasn't here more than 15 minutes before you had me involved.
Well, I know,
And as soon as
but
I cleared it up, what happened? You turned on a few days of windy, rainy weather, and all I can do is sit
Look,
here.
will you listen
The one
to me?
sunny day you picked to spend there in your office, my pal.
Did I say I've come down here to work?
What else?
Well, now, you remember that item in the Herald Tribune the other day about your being here?
Yes, and the one in the evening paper and the blurb on WSPB, and I thank you for the publicity.
All right.
What has that got to do with the weather and the fishing?
Well, I said, will you listen to me?
Okay. And it better be good.
Well, it is, and you're going to love it. Now, all that publicity you just mentioned has every fishing guide within miles making offers to take you out on the Gulf. You know, to prove to you once and for all that the fishing down here is just as good as Todd Swam and his Chamber of Commerce advertise.
So?
So, I came down here to look over these offers and decide which one we'd take advantage of today, now that the weather's cleared.
And have you?
I have. Old Captain Barney Beale.
Good.
He runs a half-baked fishing camp down at Lemon Bay and is not only a good skipper, but he happens to be a client, a policyholder.
Uh-huh.
And he guarantees to find us snook, sea trout, blues, bonito, pompano, kings, anything you want. So if you'll hop into my car and pick me up, we'll be on our merry way.
Now, you sure there isn't some teeny little unimportant insurance matter that maybe I'd better just kind of look into before we head for the briny deep?
No, sir, Johnny, I swear it. I promise. Cross my heart and hope to die. Well, you coming?
Okay. I'm coming. But if he tries to get me involved in another mess...
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company branch office in Sarasota, Florida, where I thought I had gone for a few days of fishing. But following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Guide to Murder matter. Expense account item 1. Well, after all, as long as I was on expense account, why not be nice about it? So item 1 is $4.38 to fill up the gas tank on Earl Pullman's fancy air-conditioned car. 5 minutes later, I walked in on him at the office.
All right. Come on, Johnny. Help me up in my crutch, and we'll go fishing.
I'm with you. Captain Barney Beale down there at Lemon Bay was quite a character. About 65, I'd say. Tall, lean, and wiry, and his skin tanned to the color of cordovan. His deep-set eyes were that peculiar bluish gray that made you wonder if they were looking right on through you, and sharp enough to spot a seagull diving after bait a half a mile away. His boat, the Barney B, looked as well-weathered as he did, and the faded lettering across the stern showed the old craft had come from Gloucester, Mass., which helped to account for his speech. Instead of a southern drawl, it was pure New England.
Yeah, born in New Hampshire, Mr. Dollar. But I learned my sea fishing down off the Cape.
Cape Cod, Captain?
Yes, sir. Off the George's Bank and the Nantucket Shoals. Develops a kind of instinct in a man, it does.
Well, I hope that instinct's working today.
Hasn't failed me yet. Not in all the 7 years I've been a guiding down here to this country. Now, you see that long stretch up ahead? with the Mangrove Islands on to either side.
Yep.
Snook Alley, they call it. Now then, let's see if we can hook up one or two.
One or two, we took no less than 7 fighting snook out of that spot, and all of them over 10 pounds. Then out in the Gulf, there were pompano and jacks and kings and just about everything else you can think of. By mid-afternoon, I was completely and happily exhausted from hauling him in. Earl, meantime, had laid himself across a thwart and slept. So we went on back to the dock, selected a couple of nice pompano to take home, then trudged wearily over to where I'd parked Earl's car.
That's a mighty pretty car you got there, Mr. Foreman.
Oh, a lot of good it's doing me these days with this busted ankle. Having to depend on Johnny here, the speed demon, to get me around.
A lot more fancy than my old Maxwell it is.
Did you say Maxwell?
Yep. Drove it all the way down here from New Hampshire, I did. 1922 Maxwell.
And it's still running?
Yep. Had it up to Venice after groceries just a week ago, last Saturday. You'd like to see it?
I sure would. Earl, would you mind waiting?
No, go ahead, Johnny.
Right over here in the garage, Mr. Dollar.
1922, hmm?
Yep, and the finest car I ever owned. Come to think of it, the only one. Real cheap to run, too. That's why I keep it. Now then, here we are. Here now. Well, sir, there's it. My, oh my, Mr. Dollar. Who is he? What's happened to him?
The he that Captain Barney spoke of was slumped there in the front seat of the ancient Maxwell, his face against the wheel and turned in our direction. The face was gray, a mask of death.
Proud we are, we being the CBS radio network, to be able to bring you on this station each weekday the songs of Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. In addition to the sparkling Bing Crosby-Rosemary Clooney show, we're equally delighted to present at this same time each weekday the assorted talents of Art Linkletter, the house party man, Gary Moore and Durwood Kirby, and the rousing Arthur Godfrey Time. There's no business like show business, and nowhere else such a fine sampling of same than on this blockbuster CBS Radio Network Entertainment Fest. The nicest thing about it is, should you miss any or all of these great stars on a Monday, you can catch right up with them the next day, or any weekday you're so minded. Remember, nowhere else can you enjoy, each and every weekday, the Bing Crosby-Rosemary Clooney Show, the conversational gifts of Gary Moore and his foil, Durwood Kirby, the kids, comedy, and cut-ups of Art Linkletter's house party, and the air of glee with gusto that's a specialty of Arthur Godfrey Time.
A quick examination of the body made it pretty evident that the man, whoever he was, had died of carbon monoxide poisoning. What's more, the ignition switch of the old Maxwell was in the on position. The gasoline gauge said empty. More important, I could find no marks on the body that might have indicated a struggle of any kind.
My, Mr. Dollar, this is a terrible thing. Terrible.
Do you know who he is, Captain Barney?
No, can't say I ever saw him before in my life. But he's certainly dead, isn't he?
He's certainly dead.
Handsome man, too. Can't be more than maybe 50, 55 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that beautiful head of hair. Oh, nice clothes, too. Yeah.
You better not touch him.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
When did you say you last used this car of yours, Captain?
Week ago, last Saturday.
Did you fill the gas tank then, by any chance?
Yep, filled it up to top. Let's see, huh? Empty now.
Yes. And the garage has been locked ever since?
Ever since, Mr. Dollar. Nobody else but me has a key for it. But now, look here, sir.
Don't touch anything, Captain.
Oh, I won't, sir, I won't. You see here? Latch on this window is open.
Let's see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So these spider webs all over it, though.
So this must be the way that he got in to do this to himself. I know that I should have always kept the keys in this car.
Captain, do you have any idea who the coroner is for this neck of the woods?
Yep. Old Dr. Hill. Lives over to this side of Cape Martin.
Then you better call him. Have him get over here right away.
Yes, sir. Do that right away.
And ask Mr. Poorman to come in and have a look.
Yeah, I'm right here, Johnny.
Earl,
What's all the excitement?
look for yourself there behind the wheel of the old Maxwell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How long has it been dead? Well, sir, Mr. Dollar, I'd say about a day.
I see.
Or maybe 2.
Oh?
Or maybe even 3. So for the sake of the record, I'll say it's been 2 days. Yes, sir.
And the cause?
Well, exactly what you said, Mr. Dollar. Carbon monoxide poisoning. No question of it, sir. That's what it is. That's what I'll put on the certificate.
Any idea about who he might be, Doctor?
No, and I'll tell you this, sir. There's no patient of mine would ever commit suicide this way.
You're sure it's suicide?
Well, of course it is. You don't see any marks on the body to indicate otherwise, do you?
No.
Of course you don't.
But I assume you'll do an autopsy anyway, won't you?
Autopsy? No, sir. No need for it. No need for it at all. No. I'll be on my way.
Just 1 minute, Doctor.
Now, you just stop worrying about it, Mr. Dollar. I'll have the boys come along over here and pick him up and take him to the morgue at Cape Martin, where I keep my office, and anybody wants to claim him, all well and good.
Well, just the same, sir.
If nobody claims him, why, they'll see that he gets a decent burial in the potter's field. And that'll be that. So you just stop worrying about him, huh?
Okay. You're the doctor.
That's right. Good day, Mr. Poorman. Captain Barnett.
Bye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good day to you, Doctor. Well, Mr. Dollar.
You're absolutely sure you don't recognize him, Captain Barney, now that you've had another look at him?
Absolutely certain, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I know he isn't any client of ours, so, the doctor says, Johnny, why worry yourself about it? No point in it.
Yes, maybe you're right, Earl.
Sure, leave it up to local police if there is anything to investigate. And you don't really think there is, I hope. Come on, Johnny. Let's get on back to Sarasota before you start trying to blame me for getting you involved in something.
Earl, why don't you and Captain Barney load those fish into the car, While I take just one more look at this? Instead of wasting time on further examination of the body, I went back for another look at the window that Captain Barney had pointed out, where the dead man had apparently made his entry, carefully closing it after him. One of the panes was a brand new one, put in only recently. By whom? And why? There were several shards of glass from the old pane there on the floor, so I picked up one of them, cleaned it very carefully, and then by the simple expedient of moistening the corpse's hands, took a set of fingerprints. Then I joined the others at the car.
Well, at least let me pay you something for the trip today.
Not a bit of it, though I thank you, Mr. Foreman. It was a pleasure and a privilege to be a guide for a famous man like Mr. Dollar. Writ up in all them papers and all, and on the radio.
Well, we're certainly much obliged then, aren't we, Johnny?
Of course. Next time I'll have to make my regular charge.
Oh, don't you worry, Captain Barney. We'll be down here again.
Right.
Maybe very soon.
That was a fine way to end a pleasant day. But I told you I'd get you some good fishing, Johnny. And if you meant that about coming down here again, I'm all for it. Of course, that means you'll have to stick around a bit longer than you may have planned, because tomorrow I thought we might take my boat out and maybe just... Johnny? You listening?
Oh, of course, Earl. See Captain Barney again, you said.
Oh, well, that's almost what I said. Look, what's bothering you anyway? You mean maybe the kind of casual way that he took the finding of that body in his own garage?
Among other things.
Hey, wait a minute. We better go back there again. We forgot to look and see if there was a wallet or any papers or anything to identify.
No, the doctor and I both looked very carefully. There was nothing.
Well, I suppose a suicide wouldn't want anybody to know who he was.
That's wrong, Earl. Most suicides practically advertise their identities, and almost all of them leave a note of some kind.
But if you're thinking in terms of murder, Johnny... Are you?
I'm not sure yet.
But you said yourself there were no marks on the body or anything like that.
I know. On the chode. If only that old Dr. Hill would make an autopsy after I find out who that body belongs to.
Oh, now look, Johnny, what's the point of it? And you're supposed to be down here on vacation, and you're supposed to... What?
What's the matter?
What the devil is that you have in your pocket?
Oh, careful, Earl. It's a little piece of window glass I picked up on the floor of the garage.
A little piece of what?
Who knows? Maybe it'll give us the key to a murder. Back in Sarasota, after leaving Earl at his home on Oyster Bay, I drove into police headquarters. The man I went to see was another Barney, Lieutenant Barney Phillips. He'd been of tremendous help to me many times before, and I knew that he would be again if he could.
Well, sure, Johnny. Be glad to cooperate. All we can, all of us. But aren't you kind of shooting in the dark on this one?
Well, maybe and maybe not. The point is that unless the police down there show a little more interest in old Dr. Hill... Look, if you can have your lab crew photograph the prints that I have on this sheet of glass, will you?
Well, then send them on to Washington?
Yeah.
It might take a little time, Johnny, to get a report back on them.
Good. I'll spend it profitably. Fishing. It was 2 days later that Lieutenant Phillips called and asked me to drop in on him again.
Yes, sir, your suicide had a record all right, Johnny. His name was Maury Spencer.
Maury Spencer?
Yes, sir. He used to operate up in New England along the coast, dealing mostly in fishing boats.
I see.
Haven't heard from him, or, well, that means he hasn't been caught in trouble, though, for a couple of years.
You said dealing in fishing boats,
Racket as old as the sea itself. He'd steal a boat, sneak it into a yard, repaint it, and disguise it pretty well, then pass it off on some sucker who thought he was getting a bargain.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been pretty active, too, because, well, he sure had enough aliases. Here, you look at this. Maury Spencer, alias Spencer Morrison, alias Rusty Spangler, alias Baldy Spangler, alias...
Did you say Baldy?
Oh, here, I completely forgot to show you this picture of him. This man, your suicide? What?
Well, there is some resemblance here, but I'm not sure.
See, a little bald spot on top of his head.
I don't get it.
Well, now, look, Johnny, if those prints were his, this has to be him.
Of course. Plastic surgery.
What?
If he had the record you say he had, why not plastic surgery?
Well, sure, an awful lot of crooks have done it, you know.
Now, wait a minute, though. Here in the picture, this bald spot. That body had bushy hair all over his head.
Well, I never heard of plastic surgery for that.
Captain Barney even went so far as to mention it himself, that nice head of hair. Okay, Lieutenant. Thanks a lot.
Well, where to now, Johnny?
Maybe to prove that suicide was a murder.
Oh, yes, sure. You can look at him again, but there's not much point in it any more than there is in the autopsy you suggested. Yeah, right in here. Hope you don't mind the cold in this place.
Where's the light switch?
Right here, sir. No, sir, an autopsy would be just a waste of time.
Would it? Which drawer, Doctor?
Right here.
Well, let's see now.
Hey, there's no point in you trying to pull the hair off his head.
Isn't there? Well, look, Doctor.
Oh, great day. This man had himself a top piece.
That's right. A small toupee, just big enough to cover that little bald spot.
But it's such a good one.
Do you see what's under it, Doctor?
Well, that's a hole. That's a wound there in the skull, like from an ice pick or something.
Or maybe from the point of a gaff. A gaff hook of the sort of big game fishermen would use.
It could be.
Or a fishing guide. And it wouldn't necessarily have killed him instantly, would it?
In that particular spot? Well, no, sir, unless it was deeper than this seems to be. But it certainly would have rendered him unconscious.
Yes. So that he could be propped up in that old car, the engine turned on, the garage closed up, and the actual death would be as you said it was, due to carbon monoxide poisoning.
Why, yes, sir.
Okay. How would you like to round up a couple of the boys on your police force and have them follow us?
Yes, sir. Us, Mr. Don?
Well, Earl Pullman's with me, waiting outside in the car.
But follow you to where, sir?
Well, I thought we might take a little run down to Lemon Bay again to see Captain Barney.
And it really was a murder.
I'm afraid so, Earl.
So help me, though, Johnny, I never can figure what makes you suspicious in some of these cases.
Well, there are half a dozen things, Earl. Captain Barney himself, for instance.
Oh, how do you mean?
The old shack he lives in. Falling apart at the seams. Broken windows filled up with cardboard, and it probably hasn't been painted since he moved in.
Yes?
Even his old wreck of a boat, in spite of the fact he depends on it for a living, held together with baling wire. And his car, that old Maxwell. Do you see what I'm getting at, Earl?
No, but go on.
He doesn't spend a cent that he doesn't absolutely have to.
Oh, no, I get the message. So he's not the type to be giving anything away, not even a fishing trip.
Right. Unless he has a purpose. In this case, he wanted me around so there wouldn't be any suspicion of him, even when he led me to that corpse on the excuse of showing me the old car. And he's the one who brought up the subject of cars, remember?
Yes, you're right, but even so, Johnny...
Other things, too. In spite of the way that he neglects the house and the boat and the car, he was very careful to replace the broken glass in the window of the garage to seal it up. Why? To hold in the exhaust fumes after he turned on that engine.
Well, that's enough for me.
I suppose I should have known I couldn't fool a smart young fella like you, Mr. Dollar.
I don't think you really could have fooled anybody for long, Captain Barney.
No, maybe not. Count of, I guess I didn't reckon on my conscience. And oh, dear, how it's been torturing me.
Yes, I kind of thought it would be.
Seemed like such a smart idea, having you around when I made out that I discovered his body. Such a good way to keep anybody from thinking that I could have done it. But I guess I just forgot that I would always know.
Why did you kill him, Captain?
Felt I had to, Mr. Dollar. When I thought of all the people he hurt, when I knowed him down east, that is, up to New England, all the fine old fishing men he rooked and cheated, and then sweet-talked his way out of it, time after time. Then, when he come down here, as bold and brazen as he ever was, when he showed the nerve to suggest that I help him in his filthy work. Well, don't you see, Mr. Dollar, somebody had to stop him. Somebody had to keep him from hurting all the nice, fine people that I've gotten to know hereabouts. Well, I guess I done the wrong thing, didn't I?
Yes, Captain Barney, I'm afraid you did. Like everybody who tries to take the law into his own hands. The police will be here in a few minutes. Shall we go out and meet them?
Yeah. Guess we'd better.
I don't know. Who am I to judge? But I hope they handle the old fellow as gently as possible in spite of what he did and must pay for. Expense account total? Well, this time it's only plane fare and incidentals for the trip back to Hartford. Call it $85. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a city held at bay by a single man with a time bomb. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Ivor Francis as Captain Barney Beale, Ian Martin as Earl Poorman, Lawson Zerby as Dr. Hill, and Jim Bowles as the police lieutenant. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Complete. The most complete news in broadcasting is CBS News on the CBS Radio Network.
At roll 59 on your Tri-Cities dial, this is WROW Music in Albany, New York. Many merchants and businessmen of the Capital District offer you expert services and a complete line of fine products. When you shop, we hope you patronize the civic-minded stores and institutions that display the Welcome Wagon sponsor emblem. That emblem identifies the prestige firms who are playing a vital part in the life of our community through their sponsorship of Welcome Wagon service. When the Welcome Wagon hostess pays a call, her basket contains a gift from each of these progressive firms, along with a warm greeting to the newcomers. In this way, the Welcome Wagon sponsors help to extend the welcome of the whole community to the family in its new home. If you have new neighbors, call State 59640 and give their name and address to Welcome Wagon. And if you have any question concerning Welcome Wagon service, remember that number, State 59640. It's the Welcome Wagon number. WROW Music Time, 6:35 p.m.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Harvey Weller at Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates here in New York.
I think I know what you're calling about, Mr. Weller.
You do?
Little matter of $100,000 in diamonds that disappeared from McDilby's jewelry outfit down your way.
Yes.
Just got the word over the radio.
Well, tell me, are you free to work on it?
Have you thought of what my commission on that stuff will be if I manage to recover it for you?
No, I hadn't, but now let me see.
All right, you figure it out while I grab a plane.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the hot chocolates matter. Expense account item 1, 1645, taxi to Bradley Field and a plane to New York's Idlewild. Item 2, 520 for a cab to McDilby's House of Jewels on Madison near 57th. A sign on the door said closed, so I walked in and joined a sad-faced mob of clerks and cops.
Now, just a minute, mister. Did you see that sign? Johnny!
Hi, Randy. I might have known the indomitable Lieutenant Randolph Singer would be in charge.
Yeah, here I am. But how'd you find out about it so soon? It only happened 2-3 hours ago.
Never underestimate the power of radio, Randy. Now, what's the plot?
Well, Johnny...
Here it is, Lieutenant Singer.
Huh? Oh, right, Mr. McDilby. Thanks.
Aye. And if we find anything else missing that is not on that list...
Yeah, you be sure and let me know.
I certainly shall.
Here, meet Johnny Dollar. He's a special investigator.
Mr. Dollar, I am very glad to see you, sir.
How are you?
Yeah, Johnny's a special investigator for the insurance company.
Yes. I know all about him. Lieutenant, Mr. Dollar, you can count on me as a great admirer of both you personally and the fine work that you do.
Well, I thank you, Mr. McDilby.
Now, perhaps we'll be able to get to the bottom of this.
Now, if that's supposed to mean you didn't expect us to get to the bottom of it, McDilby...
You heard the man, Randy.
No, of course not, Lieutenant. But I am glad that Mr. Dollar is here to work with you.
Oh, sure. He'll be a lot of help. If you don't get in my way.
If I don't...
Now, at about how much do you figure the total loss, Mr. McDilby?
Fush, I'm afraid it's close to $104,218.51 approximately.
Approximately?
Yeah, that's what it comes to on this list.
Tell me, were there any witnesses to the robbery?
Have you had any word on poor Mr. McDuggan, Lieutenant?
Yeah, I checked with Bellevue Hospital just before Johnny got here.
And?
Well, they doubt very much if the old man will pull through.
Terrible. My heart is filled with grief to hear that.
Who is McDuggan, Randy?
The old night watchman. Whoever did this job came in just before opening time, tore him up with a .38, and then just helped himself.
Aye, to approximately $104,200.
Yes, you told me.
Aye.
How did he get in, Randy? I mean, after all, if there was a night watchman on duty.
Aye, and a good one. McDuggan was not only a personal friend, but an old and very, very faithful employee.
Well, there was no sign of tools on the doors or windows, Johnny, and the burglar alarm was still on, so either he somehow got hold of the key or McDuggan let him in.
Somebody that McDuggan knew, then.
Possibility, all right. But now it looks like he'll never be able to tell us.
Terrible.
Now, who came in here and found out what had happened? You, Mr. McGilby?
No, sir. It was Miss Tavish, my chief clerk, who always opens up the store. Would you like to have a word with her?
Later, maybe. These people here, are they all your employees?
Yes, sir. Only one that's missing is Daniel Fairling, cleaning boy.
Oh?
Oh, don't worry, Johnny. I've already ordered a rundown on all of them and put out an APB on young Fairling.
Well, you're improving, Randy.
Well, thanks, pal.
Now, does anybody beside you know the combination of the safe, Mr. McGilby?
No, sir. But the safe wasn't touched.
Do you mean that you left over $100,000 worth of stuff lying around out here in the showroom?
Ordinarily, no, sir. But we closed up so late last night after a special sale we were having. And was McDuggan on the job?
McDuggan's in Bellevue,
Right, but now listen, Johnny.
I'll see you later. Item 3, $1 even for a cab to Bellevue Hospital. As I stepped off the elevator at the 4th floor and sounded toward the door of McDuggan's room, a familiar young policeman was trying to hail a pretty young nurse at the other end of the corridor who misunderstood his intentions and was pointedly ignoring him.
Oh, no, listen, baby, I'm not trying to make a pass, honest.
I'm busy, Buster.
Look, I only want you should... Oh, Dollar. Listen, am I glad to see you?
Hi, Rogan, what's the trouble?
Listen, the doc just left and he says McDuggan's got himself conscious again.
Oh?
Yeah. Only for a little while, see, though. Still a couple of minutes, maybe. No big curtains for him. Just about gone.
Have you notified Lieutenant Singer?
Oh, no. He gave me orders to stay right here. When I tried to call that nurse, she thought, she thought that maybe,
Sure. Look, Rogan, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Yeah?
You go down to the 1st floor to the main desk. There's a telephone there. I'll keep an eye on this room while you call the lieutenant and tell him to get over here.
Yeah, good. There ain't any phones on this floor?
Well, the stairway's over there at the far end of the corridor. You won't have to wait for an elevator.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Dollar. Thanks a lot.
Now, let's see. Mr. McDuggan? Mr. McDuggan, can you hear me? Ask. Yes? Ask somebody something? Who?
Ask Fairling.
Fairling?
Daniel Fairling.
He did this to you?
Ask Danny.
Mr. McDuggan. Mr. McDuggan. Nurse! Get a doctor in here quickly.
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable. Absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful sounding. No-Dose.
This time I tore on down the stairs to get to one of the phone booths I'd noticed on my way in, but as I reached the 2nd floor landing...
Oh, why don't you watch... Oh, Dollar.
Listen, Rogan, did you get Randy Singer?
Yeah. Lieutenant's coming right over, but, hey, you left old man McDougal alone?
You get on back to him and hope he lives until Randy gets here.
Oh, yes, sir.
In the phone book, I found only one Daniel Fairling listed. Item 4, another $1 for another cab to a shoddy apartment building in a section the other side of the Williamsburg Bridge, not too far from the docks that line that side of the East River. The push button beside the name Fairling in the outer lobby didn't work. Then I found that the front door was open. I went in, up a rickety stairway to start looking for apartment 3B. Let's see now. Here we are. Danny, open up. Danny Fairling?
Hey, what's the racket? What's all the noise? What's the matter with you?
I'm looking for Mr. Daniel Fairling.
Well, you won't find him here.
What?
Only his missus. He moved out.
Oh, to where?
Only it looks like they're going to patch things up again like they always do, and then he'll be back.
What do you mean?
Some fancy delivery boy was here a while ago, delivering a box of fancy chocolates to us. That's what I mean.
So if you ask me,
You know where I can find him?
Well, he works at one of them fancy jewelry stores up on Madison Avenue. But why don't you ask her?
Well, I did, but there's no answer.
Well, I didn't see her go out, so knock some more.
Well, I'll try, but I don't know if... What was that?
What was it?
Inside the apartment. Do you have a key?
No, sir, and the landlady, she's out. What was that?
No, while I break in the door, get to a phone, will you, and call the police?
You're going to break down the door?
Yes, go on, will you please?
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. It wasn't pretty. The bomb had been inside the box of candy. It had gone off, and the Fairling woman had opened it, plastering walls, ceiling, and floor with bits of chocolate. As for Mrs. Fairling, young or old, beautiful or homely, nobody can tell now.
Okay. I called the cops, mister, and they're coming right over.
All right, good. Will you stay here until they arrive?
Yeah, but did you find out what the... Oh, no. Oh. She was such a pretty one, too.
Item 5, 10 cents for a phone call to Lieutenant Singer's office at the 18th Precinct.
Yeah, Johnny, I got there. But just in time to watch old McDuggan die, and without saying a word. So, what about you? You have any luck when you saw him?
He was able to say only one thing to me, Randy.
Yeah? What was it?
The name of that cleaning man that McDilby mentioned to us this morning.
The one that's missing? Danny Fairling?
Uh-huh. But all he said about him was...
Well, then we're in luck. We're really in luck.
Why do you say that?
You hop in a cab and get on over here.
Look, Randy.
You'll see, Johnny, you'll see. Now, come on over here and as fast as you can.
Item 6, $1.90 for a cab to the 18th Precinct headquarters.
Well, I've always told you we don't waste any time around here, Johnny. First rundown we made was on that Fairling. When we found that Danny boy had a record.
A record?
As long as your arm. So, Natch, we put out the word on him. And you know when the boys downtown picked him up?
When, Randy?
About the same time you and I were talking there in McDilby's shop.
No? Where'd they find him?
Oh, some little room in a house way downtown.
They didn't try his apartment?
Well, sure, but his wife said he and she were on the outs and told them where to find him.
And if they hadn't left, they might have saved her life.
What?
A box of candy blew up in her face, Randy, when she opened it.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, though. It's out of your bailiwick.
Oh, now, just a minute, Johnny.
Come on, I want to talk to this Danny.
But listen, do the police in that precinct know about his wife?
Yes, they know. There's nothing you can do about it from here.
We'll see. Well, in here, Johnny.
All right.
Open up, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Well, here's our boy.
You're talking about me, Fats, and I demand to know where you're holding me. What kind of grounds have you got?
Fairling, I demand to know what you did with all those goodies you took from your boss's jewelry store, and the quicker you start talking, the better for you.
That's a fact.
Yeah? Who are you?
My name is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, Johnny Dollar, huh? The big insurance eye. Well, if you think I made that heist, you're just as dumb as the cops. I'd like to see them prove it. I'd like to see them prove anything on me. Now, when are you going to let me out of this stinking place?
It'll take the best lawyer in town to get you out of here, Fairling.
Now, don't you worry, Ford. Don't you worry about that. When the time comes, I'll have a lawyer. I'll have a lawyer that'll make a monkey out of you guys. Can't prove a thing on me.
If you didn't pull the heist, Danny.
Oh, now, Johnny.
How come you didn't show up at the store this morning?
Because I was late getting there. And when I saw the mob and heard what happened, well, do you think I was going to hang around and beg for a pinch? Me? With my record?
Did McDilby know about your record when he hired you?
You mean I should go around blabbing about it? Oh, you're real cute, Dollar.
Danny.
Now, look. I'm fed up to here with you guys. Why don't you leave me alone, huh? Or else let me out of here.
Sing the bit about his wife on him, Johnny.
No, don't you, Randy.
What? What'd you guys say?
Danny, if you didn't pull that job, do you have any idea about who might have?
Sure, like maybe everybody who works in that joint.
You know anything?
No. Well, that's all now. You all through with me?
There's a standard offer that I'm authorized to make. If you can and will furnish information that will lead to the arrest and conviction of the guilty party and recovery of the merchandise, the insurance company will give you the best legal assistance possible.
Now, isn't that sweet of them?
All right, Randy, let's go. So, that's the picture, Randy.
Okay, Johnny, but the boys from that precinct are going to want to be asking him a lot of questions about it.
Well, Just don't let them know that you have him yet. Not until I have time to check this a little bit more.
Yeah? Why?
Because if Danny is guilty of that robbery...
And the murder.
Of the robbery, maybe the shock of finding out about his wife will open him up if it's used at the right time.
Which is when?
Let me worry about that, Randy. Meantime, we'll be finding out if your boys have uncovered anything new back at the shop.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Are you holding back something on me?
Like what?
Like what maybe old man McDuggan said to you there at Bellevue?
All he said was, ask Danny Fairling.
And to me, that says we're holding the right man.
Well, I wouldn't bank on it, Randy.
You have a better idea, Johnny? For both the robbery and the murder?
Yes, I have an idea. And I don't like it.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, people who want to get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes know that the one to switch to is Kent. And there's a very good reason why. Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. Yes, that's your reward for smoking Kent, the cigarette that made the filter famous. So when you want to get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes, remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste. And you decide to treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
We finished the recheck, Mr. Dollar, and my loss is just exactly as I stated to you previously. Is it permissible to open up now for what little is left of the day's business?
Well, I don't see why not.
Let's wait a little, Randy. A couple of things I'd like to check on.
Oh, now, Johnny, you know that my boys have covered everything.
Do you have any notions, Mr. Dollar?
Well, we sure have. That cleaning boy of yours, Danny Fairling.
Young Danny? Do you think like this?
Young Danny. Yeah.
Oh, push, no, I can't believe it.
And that ain't all he did.
Oh, but he couldn't have. And yet, perhaps.
What do you mean, perhaps? That crook and killer now has a record a mile long.
Aye. And then perhaps it was Danny. But can you prove it against him?
It might be a little harder to prove than the lieutenant thinks. You mind if I look around a little?
Oh, I'll be glad to show you anything and everything.
Well, there's no point in taking your time if you're getting ready to open up again.
No, he's perfectly all right.
Miss, perhaps you can help me.
Yes, sir?
Miss Tavish, this is Mr. Johnny Dollar.
How do you do, Mr. Dollar?
You'll be kind enough to show him anything that he likes?
That'll be a pleasure, Mr. Dollar.
All right. Then let's get to work. I was sure that Randy's men had done a good job, but I had to follow through on this idea that was bugging me. And that meant looking for something. Anything to back it up. And then I found it. In a small cleaning closet in the back. How did this box of chocolates get in here?
Oh, well, you know, chocolates were young Danny's weakness, Mr. Dollar.
They were?
He simply loved to nibble on chocolate candies all day long.
I see.
And so whenever he'd do an errand or a special favor for one of us, we'd buy him a box of them. Those French ones are his favorite. The sort he couldn't really afford.
Any address on this box? Yeah. All right, Miss Tavish. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You've been more help than you may realize.
Well, find out anything, Johnny?
Plenty. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
To a candy shop over on Fifth Avenue.
Candy shop?
Mm-hmm. Then, with your permission, Randy, I want to see Danny Fairling again.
Well, sure.
Alone.
Mais oui, monsieur. We did deliver a box of our excellent chocolates to that address this morning.
Just chocolates,
I remember it well, monsieur.
Now tell me.
Because the gentleman who made the purchase last evening took them with him, but then came back later and asked that we deliver them today.
How much later?
Oh, perhaps an hour.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of time to open the box, take out some of the candy. Tell me this. That customer, was he a small, tough-looking young fellow?
Oh, no, monsieur. he was a well-dressed English or a Scottish gentleman.
Thank you, my friend. You've just helped me solve a murder.
Murder?
Or I should say 2. Okay, Danny, you can say you don't know all you like. But I'm convinced that McDilby himself killed McDuggan and pulled that robbery.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yes, I thought of that as a possibility the minute I learned the place hadn't been broken into, that it had to be somebody McDuggan knew and knew well and let in there.
And just how are you going to prove that?
I'm also sure that you were part of the plan.
Nah, you're not.
That instead of getting there late, you got to that shop early this morning. That you saw McDilby, saw what he did. And because you knew what he was up to, you were there to give yourself a handle for some blackmail if he didn't come through for you. Because he'd told you to stay away this morning, to stay at home. That would put you on the spot, Danny, wouldn't it? Because of your record, and immediately remove any suspicion from him. Am I right, Danny? All right. Don't say it, not yet. But that was the deal, wasn't it?
Neither you nor anybody else have got a thing on me.
I know. I know there's no direct evidence against you, Danny, any more than there is against McDilby. That's the reason he promised that if you play along with him, he'd not only give you a cut of the loot, but make sure that you had legal help that would keep you out of the pen. Isn't that what he promised you, Danny? Come on, you can't deny that, can you? Do you think for a minute he was going to keep any such promise? When you and ex-con made such an easy whipping boy where nobody cared what happened to you? No, Danny. McDilby had other plans for you so that you'd end up like McDuggan did on a slab. You haven't thought of that, had you?
No. You're crazy, Dolly. You're crazy.
Am I? Well, what about your wife, Danny?
What do you mean about my wife, huh? What do you mean about her? What's a little family argument got to do with this?
Maybe a lot.
So what if maybe I did walk out in Pearl for a couple of days? It isn't the first time I did that, but I was going back to her, like I always do. Because I love her, you see. So what about her, huh? Now, why are you bringing her into this?
You like chocolates, don't you, Danny?
Yeah, sure I do. So what?
Especially the French kind.
Okay, so what?
And McDilby didn't know that you'd moved out on your wife.
So why should he? Him or anybody else?
So he thought that you would be there at the apartment this morning, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe so. But so what? What's that got to do with Pearl? Now, look, start making sense, Dollar.
That's the reason he sent the box of chocolates there.
Huh?
The box, Danny.
So that makes him a crook and me an accessory?
Danny, the box had a bomb in it.
What? A bomb?
Yes. It killed her.
Pearl.
Sorry, Danny.
You listen to me. If the law doesn't kill him for it, Dollar, I will.
Don't worry, the law will take care of McGilby. And Danny, his term will be a short one because of his testimony. And my testimony. Expense account total, including the ride back to Hartford, $49.35. And don't forget the commission. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, high adventure in a colorful, romantic gold rush country that can also be very deadly. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Do you like a car with plenty of pep? A car with reserve power for safe passing? Most good drivers do. But they don't like to pay extra for premium gasoline. Listen, in 3 out of 5 cars, regular priced Sinclair Dino gasoline matches performance of premium gasolines, saves you up to 4 cents a gallon. Almost anywhere you see the Sinclair Dinosaur sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon with Dino. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jackson Beck, Sam Gray, Gil Mack, Bill Lipton, Guy Rep, Betty Gard, Ivor Francis, and Vicky Bola. Music supervision by Eugene Sines. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical supervision, Mike Shotston. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Keep in instant touch with world events through this Net Alert station of the CBS Radio Network.